stairs. That
Yeah.
shit was real hard on my knees. I did
No,
a lawn
I couldn't
chair.
imagine.
Yeah,
I
flooring.
couldn't imagine jumping in and out of a truck
Oh
all
yeah,
day
yeah.
like that, and plus the flooring. Fuck that.
Running up and down people's stairs up to their porch and shit. Yeah, that would be rough on the body. It really would be.
Yeah, and
And
I'm
then
almost
another thing
40,
that
dude.
was,
I'm almost 40.
I am 40.
Yeah. I
Another thing
spent
that was real
6
hard on
years
my
in the
knees.
United States Army, brother. Trust me,
Oh,
my knees are
that kills
fucking
your knees too.
shot.
To create
Yeah.
things,
Same.
you just have to
Yeah, my
remember
knees are
stuff
pretty
that
much fucked
happened
from
and then
that.
ferret it
Knees and
back.
back.
Murder your whole
Yep.
body.
You could have fun with that.
Then stand on
Oh,
lawnmowers.
Reverend Charlie.
Too.
Stuart's kind of interested in Amy.
Oh, of course he is.
My back's
Very
fucked up from a
interesting.
car
Did
crash.
you know
Bro,
when she
I
was
once
14,
volunteered to
That'll
do
do
a
it.
fucking
the webbing between her
32-mile
own
ruck
toes?
march.
Fuck that.
No,
It was out of
He
Forderone,
wanted me to
California, and
find
there's a
out
mountain
if
there.
you'd have a
It's called
problem with him
Tiefert,
asking her out.
and went around the entire base of that motherfucker.
I'm not sure how to respond, Leonard. I don't own Amy.
Yep, my
Can't
feet
own
would
her.
fall off.
At least not.
Yeah, so I'm in fucking pain right now.
Boy Scouts, I walked 18 miles one day, and then we camped and walked 3 miles the next day. I couldn't make the 3 miles the next day. My feet were fucking blistered up and so goddamn swelled and shit. I ended up getting piggyback ride for most 3 miles
You know
of
what, never mind.
the
Next
second
time
day.
It's okay to ask her out.
The question is moot. There is no
God,
way
dude.
Yeah,
that
I was fucking
Stewart,
like 12
an
or some
impoverished
shit
peddler
though
of
then
picture
too.
books, would be at all
Road
appealing
America.
to Amy Farrah Fowler,
Which one
a
is that?
noted
Let me look at this.
neurobiologist capable of performing
Nope,
surgery
it's
on
not
her
the one
own
I
feet
fucking
with
like.
nothing but nitrous oxide from cans of whipped cream as anesthesia.
Road Atlanta is better than Road America. Changed my mind.
All right, but for the record, I
You're
checked
not
in with you
wrong.
to see how you'd feel about it.
Fine, the record shall so reflect. Now, getting back to the problem at hand, what to do with a washed-up
What you boys running?
Can't drive either one of them. Practicing for the 360 shootout, testing for that deal tomorrow.
I don't even have that,
Lots
dude.
of people love you and want to help you, but they can't
You
until
ain't
you
got what,
admit the
sprint
problem.
cars and
Yeah,
Eldora.
or the track.
Don't run much dirt.
What's up,
Well,
DJ?
ladies, we killed the bottle. I had half a glass.
I didn't have any.
Okay, don't judge me. So what do you want to do?
Watching
Go to
The Big
movies,
Bang
go
Theory
dancing,
as well.
lay down for a little
How you
bit?
doing, DJ?
Or we play Travel Twister.
You mean really? Twister?
Excuse me, I've passed many an enjoyable evening playing this game, and I'm sure it's a lot more exciting when you play with other people. What do you say,
That's
Bestie? We can do
crazy.
shirts and skins. I'm sure it's called it.
Search and skins as Twister?
I'm too small for Twister.
What the fuck?
And roller coasters. And sitting with my feet on the floor.
Out of gas.
You enjoyed the prenatal cigarettes, Mom.
Wait. Did she just say the prenatal cigarettes? That's fucking wild.
Peach schnapps, thank God.
Fuck, was that like a
Guys, something
nicotine
happened.
free or something
Drunk.
cigarette? Tobacco free?
That is fucking
Hi,
wild.
it's Stuart. We met at the comic book store. I was
It
wondering
will
if you'd like
cause
to get
cancer in
coffee
the state of
sometime.
Florida.
It's okay
No
if
other
you say
state
no.
though,
It
just
might
Florida.
be the kick in the pants I need to start taking Zoloft.
You ever seen that shit?
Amy, little
Read on the
Vincent,
back
just
of the
working it
package.
under all those layers
Known
of
to
wool
cause
and
cancer in
polyester.
Florida. Why Florida and not
What a
somewhere
deal.
else?
Doesn't he know you have a
Because it's
boyfriend?
fucking Florida,
Oh, she
bro.
doesn't have a boyfriend. She has a Sheldon.
Or not Florida, but California. God damn it, I'm
Fucking
retarded.
Florida's,
California's
I don't
fucking
know.
Florida's
He's
the modern
he's
Wild
funny,
West.
He has the sallow drawn counter.
Texas.
I would have said more Arizona, if anything.
Okay,
Utah,
we all
Colorado.
love Sheldon, but you've been
Utah's
with
a
him
dry
over a
state.
year
Fuck
now. If
Utah.
he's
I'm
not
talking
going
about
anywhere,
because
what
of
does it
how
hurt to look
fucked up
around?
shit is down there.
I guess they're not engaged.
Shit,
like me
that's
and
true.
Howie.
Yeah, for what it's worth, engaged people can look around too. A lot of
I watched
options.
a whole
Yeah.
ass state trooper get shot in the head on a toe.
Oh wow.
That sounds like Chicago.
Day
Right.
before my fucking birthday.
Where's Stewart?
That does sound like some shit that happened in Chicago or St. Louis on a repo job.
Yep.
Who are you?
I'm Dale. He
Yo,
left
the
me in
winter
charge.
series.
Yeah, not being called out for fucking law enforcement.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I've been running that
What the
winter
hell?
series.
He's been running his cocksuckers, what he's been doing.
I got me a win.
No, I heard that was you, Kevin.
They're hard
I already got me a win in the WIS. Where you at, Kevin?
So did I. Good playing Black Ops 7. Why the fuck do you hate yourself?
I don't know. He went out for coffee.
They're on Black Ops 7 already? Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Dude, it's trash. It's actual
Soccer,
trash.
yes.
Like, it's actually trash. It's really, really bad.
Am I okay? Leonard, I'm on a lifelong trajectory that includes a Nobel Prize
There's a wall
and
up
cities
there.
named after me. All 4 wisdom teeth fit comfortably in my mouth without need of extraction, and my bowel
I gotta
movements
practice
run
my
like a German
victory
train
donuts.
schedule.
I was thinking about throwing a slider on you there.
I'm okay
Well,
too.
you didn't have to worry about it, because I did that to myself.
Wild Bill Witchcock. The tribe of Aber-Comanches.
I got no tear off button. I need to fix that.
Funny.
Flaming spittoon.
Girl, the grace the
For the record, I'm
motel.
very disappointed in you cowpokes. We're playing our inaugural round of Wild West and Witches, and I'm the only one who bothered to dress for the occasion. Patooey.
Sounds like a challenge.
Not wearing
Yeah.
cowboy hats.
Yeah, I mean, it'll clear
I
itself
suppose
off every
my
now and
forces
again,
and
but
spurs
Jesus
are
Christ.
ridiculous too.
Jay,
Okay.
Incredibly so.
we should turn Carol off.
Good job.
Satanimals pack, and I dressed up as the Beelzebub cat.
Incredibly so.
All right, Kevin, your whole job is to make sure Levi don't make the feature tomorrow.
Oh, I'll wreck him.
What's up, Nico?
Are you telling me
Oops.
Doc, he's crashed me before in big races. He really has. Him and Clayton were pretty well known for taking me out in a Knoxville National event.
I'm gonna take myself out.
I'm probably gonna do that.
Sorry.
Right into the wall.
I'm not the best at Eldora, so I could 100% see myself trying to go to the top and hitting the wall and ending my race in one lap.
And may I point out, it is the 3 of you.
I just need to tell myself, even if the top line is the fast line, stay the fuck off of it. Run where you're comfortable.
How you doing, Nico?
Nope. Running the top.
Till you get Kevin up in here that comes puts on the fast lap, and then you gotta run the top.
You ain't running the
Dude,
fast
you
lap.
ain't gonna catch us.
Shit.
Where you
That's-
at then? Come on.
I bet you 3/10 off.
Well, yeah, you guys already ran in the fucking
Oh
track.
shit, it's been this session.
I'm gonna have to put up another one, Kev.
Yeah, it's also a
There's only 15. I think if you join right now, you might be able to get in on the. No, you won't, because I didn't have a qualifying sesh. So it's just practice and then race.
Leonard, I see everything.
Fine by me.
You gotta be kidding
So
me.
we got
friended
me and
Stuart on
me and
I thought you didn't like Facebook.
Dave here got
Don't
a
be
30
silly.
lap
I'm a fan
feature
of
we're gonna
anything
try
that
to
tries
run.
to replace
Put in your
actual
slick.
human
Put in
contact.
your feature set.
Anybody want to do the
We'll
draft
find out
master?
how they did
I'm
run.
kidding.
Really? You think I care if a man shared a pumpkin latte with a dynamite lady?
You're so full of it.
You are free to believe whatever you like.
Why
And
does nobody
unfriend
run the
Rajesh
SRX?
Petropavli. You unfriended me? Seriously?
Because they're dead serious in real life
And I'm
too.
just gonna miss all those great updates. Like, I can't believe I waited this long to make my own potpourri.
You ready to grid up?
Why don't
I'm
you
gridding
just
up.
acknowledge that you're Amy and you don't want to
Alright,
hang out
I'm
with
gridding
other
up.
men?
And unfriend
Light the
Leonard
cigarette
Hofstadter.
first and then gridding up.
But here's a radical thought.
Well, ain't
Go
you
old
fancy,
school.
I'm heading to
Challenge
rape.
Stuart to a fight.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
nothing
smoke
makes
a
the
cigarette and
ladies
whoop that
hotter than
ass.
Two skinny white guys swatting at each other with their eyes closed.
Automatic cautions,
Unfriend Howard Wallace.
unlimited fast repairs.
That's all of us. Can I use
Well,
the
you ain't
laptop?
gonna catch me, so
Why?
be alright.
Stupid
Uh-huh.
collector's tin.
Who do we love?
Penny.
Who do we love?
Penny.
Who do we love?
Penny.
Hello,
I do
Shelby.
like that hot rod.
Thank you.
I don't know why you put knobs
Yeah.
on it. I do like it.
Came
I like
to
yours too.
ask if you would like to go on a date with me.
I wish this.
Figured it looked good.
I wish this had some good spec map on it, but it ain't too
You and
bad.
me.
This is what I'm running. Is actually the shop's fucking
Would you like to take in a prize fight?
the shop's goddamn
God, are you trying to make Amy
Bullshit.
jealous?
yeah. It's the wrap that we use
Why is
for
everyone so obsessed with Amy and Stuart?
the-
And whether or
the
not they may be having more pumpkin
flyers.
lattes or intercourse tonight.
Okay, listen to me. The playing
for the
games is not gonna
website,
help
for
get
the
Amy
flyer, for the
I'm
race,
not
all
trying
that
to
shit.
get her back.
We're doing a chili bowl
Out of
race too
curiosity, what
coming
is a way?
December, I think it is.
Honey, let me tell you a story.
Chili bowl?
There's a guy I liked,
Mhm.
and I never told him how I felt. Eventually, he started going out with someone else, and I always regretted it. See where I'm going with this?
I believe I do. I'm the guy.
You're not the guy.
Are you
Tell
sure?
Dora.
That would explain so much. Your constant presence in my
Good job.
apartment,
Way to
the
make me
babbling
lift.
dalliance with Leonard just to be near me, the way you call me sweetie all the time.
Okay.
I call everyone sweetie.
You tramp.
Look, Sheldon, all I'm saying is strap on a pair and go talk to Amy.
Strap on a pair? Wait, what? Skates?
Oh, sweetie, you are so not the guy.
That's the Kyle Larson line.
Word can go, I understand.
Above the cushion.
No, I'm having a nice time.
Don't patronize me.
And she cooking too.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yeah, she
She
is
talk
cooking.
Gotta kiss the wall.
Pardon me.
I'm trying to run different lines and see if I can close in any, and I really can't.
Sheldon, what are you doing here?
The thought of you
5'11".
sitting in a darkened theater with a character like Stewart is repellent.
That's something I didn't think about changing. I'm still on like
No
a
offense, Stuart.
528,
None taken. Oh,
probably a
repellent is
522,
kind of a strong.
and I can feel the difference, tell the difference.
Sorry
Oh,
if
you
this
got the
causes
wall.
you discomfort, but based on
Is it
the
gone?
currently
Is it
established
junk?
parameters of our relationship, I can
Oh yeah,
put
it's junk.
myself in any repellent situation I want.
Oh yeah, she's junk.
And Stuart, please, you're being rude.
How do I feel yellow?
Anything else?
It's a monkey wrench, pipe wrench.
I believe I would like to alter the paradigm of our relationship.
You let it down to make it bigger, and you
I'm
roll it up
listening.
to make it smaller. Depends on the size of the
With the
pipe.
understanding that nothing changes whatsoever, physical or otherwise. I would not object to us no longer characterizing you as not my girlfriend.
Alright, now it's time for me to see how the gear
I'll
set
try it
for
without
it.
the quadruple negative.
I'm gonna go get a fast
You're being
repair.
impossible.
Did you already go get one?
Yeah.
Hi, Stuart.
You're gonna get lucky and get the lead back then.
Fine.
That's fucked up.
Amy,
I smacked the wall
Love
earlier, and
being
I
my
need
girlfriend.
to get some damage fixed too. My Cletus McFarland team.
Yes.
well, that's enough of that. Oh, sorry to interrupt. You two enjoy your date. Oh, here's $1 for your troubles. Get yourself some Sour Patch Kids.
So, other than you taking your relationship to the
Bad
next
idea to
level
get up
with
on you
another
like
guy,
that.
This
I
was
just
nice.
covered my fucking screen with fucking dirt. I can't clean it off.
Yes, well, thanks for seeing me to my door.
Oh, you are.
Amy. Let's wrap things up out there.
What?
Good night, Stuart.
Good night.
Take the hint, Stuart. The lady said goodnight.
How did you get into my apartment?
Wow. Is that the kind of nagging I can expect now that you're my girlfriend? Good thing I drew this up.
What's that?
I present to you the
I
relationship
did let Toby in
agreement.
here. He's just 7 laps down.
And I'm gonna get all 7 of them laps back, fuckers.
If we crash, well, I don't know if I can because yellows don't count. You'll only get to get a 1 lap per caution back.
Known as the boyfriend, and Amy Farrah Fowler, hereinafter known as the girlfriend.
God, I got fucking a big chunk of fucking dirt right on the left side of my helmet.
Mutual indemnification always is. Why don't you start perusing while I set up my notary stamp?
Got to knock my wing forwards again.
Section 5, hand-holding. Hand-holding is only allowed under the following circumstances. A, either party is in danger
I got my
of
wing
falling off
forward,
a
but I
cliff,
did go with a
precipice, or
little bit
ledge.
more top angle.
B,
I
either
have a
party is
24 on
deserving
the
of a
top.
hearty handshake after
Or
winning
no,
a Nobel
22.
Prize. C, moral support during flu shots. Seems a bit restrictive.
Yeah, feel free to retain a lawyer.
Try and beat my wheels back in spot.
Penny, I said right hand red.
Yeah, I heard you.
I could have threw it there. I don't think I would have cleared though.
Bernadette. Left foot yellow.
We should play limbo next. No one beats me at limbo.
Penny, Amy, Bernadette.
And then that was the only shot I really had at, yeah.
It's
Oh,
open.
fuck.
Oh, so then.
I got a splinter.
You need a yellow?
Nope,
What do you want me
still
to
good.
do about it?
Relationship agreement, section 4, boo-boos and ouchies. You have to take care of it.
I should have gotten a lawyer.
It's like it's just us playing.
I sure do wish this goddamn screen would clean itself off.
Penny? Penny, we're out of wine.
You should
Well,
probably
good news
try-
is you ain't getting dirt thrown at you.
Yeah, now. Not really collecting no more, but goddamn, I only got like a small hole to see through. I got 4 dots, one on the top, big one on the left, smaller one on the bottom, and two big ones on the right now. A couple other small ones splattered around. Clicking off them laps. What are we doing on fuel? So it's definitely got enough gas in it to get 30. I got 5. We got 5 extra laps of fuel.
Hi. Did Sheldon change the Wi-Fi password again?
Yeah, it's Penny already eats our food. She can pay for Wi-Fi. No spaces.
Okay, if you can't get me to stop eating your food, what makes
I
you
am
think you can get me to stop
booking,
using
baby.
your Wi-Fi?
Booking right
I
now.
believe that you're capable of great change. Like when I finally got you to stop saying Valentine's Day.
Want to hear something weird?
Sure.
In the year 2000, Pope John Paul II was named an honorary Harlem Globetrotter.
Too much.
What are you talking about?
You asked Penny if she wanted to hear something weird.
Well, yeah, because I have something weird to tell her.
Oh, I thought it was a game.
What's yours?
There's this guy, Jimmy Speckerman. He used to torment me in high school. Sent me a message through Facebook. He's in town and wants to have drinks.
Okay, Penny, if it were a game here are your choices. An email from an old acquaintance or the head of one of the largest religious institutions in the world slam dunking to Sweet Georgia Brown. Pick.
Just do it because he's not going to let it go.
Basketball poke.
And that's how it's done.
Yo, what's up, Coda?
What are you gonna do about your bully? Are you gonna see him?
I don't know.
Is this the fella who peed in your Hawaiian punch?
No, that was a different guy.
Was he the one who wedgied you so hard your testicle reascended and you spent your whole Christmas break waiting for it to come back down?
Leave them out. They're not even open.
No, that was a different guy.
Was he
Practice
the
your
one who
victory
used
down.
your
It's too
fist to
early,
open
Dave.
a nut?
I did.
No.
Oh. Was he the
That
one
wall said,
who made
"Fuck
you eat
you."
your arm hair?
No, actually,
It
that
got
was his
hungry.
sister.
Did you just hop it with the right rear and then take you the rest of the way up?
No.
You know, the holidays are
Or
just
did you
around
try
the
driving
corner.
it in
Maybe
over
once
the
Stevie
top
unlocks
like you
the
were
testicle
earlier?
Up there.
Tried driving in over the
I
top.
told you, that was a different guy.
It's too bad. Could have spent New Year's Eve waiting for the ball to drop.
Yeah, so you got about 5 laps of extra fuel. Might want to add an extra gallon just in case we get a shit ton of cautions. I think that might be enough fuel. Just gonna be cutting it a little bit close. about 3 minutes before the actual lobby was supposed to end, so that's perfect timing.
Nobel Prize acceptance ceremony streaming live from Stockholm.
Sure. Want to see what all the scientists are wearing this
And
year?
I only brought out one caution.
Look at these men. They've managed to win the
Pretty
top
stoked about
science
that.
prize in the world.
Hell yeah.
With no more understanding of the quantum
He only
underpinnings of
did
the
that
expansion
because you
theory of the universe than God gave
hop
a
the
goose.
cushion, trying different shit.
You should pay attention, Leonard. Someday this could be you up there.
That Kyle Larson line was working pretty good though for you for a little while.
So, what's got you
It
up?
was.
Did you have a bad clam?
Straight
As
up over
soon,
the
as soon as you hit it, you
I
could
don't watch
just
you
feel it
24 hours
hook.
a day. I don't know what you do.
This is Jimmy Speckerman thing. Check this
God,
out,
I want to
especially
do
for me
those
see
Victor
him.
Donuts
Of course,
tomorrow.
that might be because the last time I ran into him, he made me floss with my own shoelaces.
Wear loafers.
Go on, see, even if I don't know.
Look at Dr.
But
Saul
I'm
so
Perlmutter
bad,
up there, clutching that Nobel Prize. What's the matter, Saul? You afraid someone's gonna steal it? Like you stole Einstein's cosmological constant?
I think they got the actual Victory Lane blocked off where you can't get up in there.
I'm tired of living in fear of this guy. I'm gonna go see him and finally say all the
Stupid.
things I should have said in high school. Well,
What
pick
a
on
gas,
someone
damn
your
it.
own size.
I was gonna go try to find
You
out.
did not have sex with my mother. And yes, I do know why I'm hitting
I
myself.
definitely got to go put my tear off on while I'm thinking
now
about it.
Perlmutter's shaking the king's hand. Yeah,
Right.
check for your watch, Gustav. You might have lifted it.
I love this dress. How come I never see you wear it?
Because when I wear it, it's a shirt. So what's Howard doing tonight?
Oh, they all went with Leonard to confront his childhood bully.
Oh, terrific. High school quarterback against 4 mathletes.
When Leonard gets back, I'd love to check his serotonin levels. Do you think he'd let me draw a syringe full of his blood?
Well, he's not crazy about needles, but if you get him to go jogging, it'll just pour out of his nose.
I don't think I can meet the girl who was always mean to me. Tammy Bodnick. One time while I was in gym class, she stole all my clothes and left an elf costume in my locker.
Oh, that's awful.
Worst part was it was too big.
That's fucking
That's
wild.
nothing. In 9th grade, the girls put Rogaine in my hand lotion.
Oh, he's got it set up to where you can't
Within 6
tag
months, the nicknames
everyone on the
began to
Discord,
fly.
damn it.
I think the one that hurt the most was Gorilla Fingers Fowler.
Wow, you poor thing.
Yep, I think tore the right front and the left front off, buddy. Go ahead and fix it for me.
Alright, I'm gonna go start making some sausage because I'm fucking hungry.
Had to use peanut butter to get it out.
I really like that.
Oh,
I mean,
my
look, we played
legs.
pranks on each other, but he's never
Oh,
winning.
my
Like, okay, this
knee.
one girl, Kathy Geiger, got really good grades, so we blindfolded her, tied her up, and left her in a cornfield overnight.
God, that's awful.
No, it was funny. Everyone laughed.
Did Kathy Geiger laugh?
Probably. It's hard to say. She kind of had an ear of corn in her mouth.
Who would have thought Fuzzy Fingers Fowler is best friends with a bully?
What?
Posted in the general trying to get more people to jump in. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick, and then I'm gonna make the next practice session, next practice lobby.
You wind up in a
All right,
cornfield.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Not very
You
long.
want to do a pack or a race?
I'm gonna kind of do
I
the
say
same
we do
thing.
an open race.
Is that him
I'm
over
gonna do. You want me to just do it in? Yeah, just do it in hosted.
He looks like he'd hate
Just
to.
do a hosted race.
Yeah.
No, I can really do this by
Alright,
myself.
I'll give it a
We're here to
shot.
support you, buddy.
I don't really have any
We're here to
hotkeys
see
and
if I
shit
can
right now,
underwear
but
pulled over
we
my
can give her a go.
It's getting driving better, buddy.
I can just kick motherfuckers if I need to. But all right, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that.
I figured we do that. That way we can
I'm
test
going
our
to make
set.
him apologize
We could
for
also
the
set it up
crap
to where
he
only
pulled
like
in
10
school.
people make the feature, you know? Make it kind of easier on us. That way we ain't got to try to control 20 cars if that many people end up entering.
What's that one?
You know?
Stapled.
I'm gonna take a piss real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, hi.
Holy crap, man, it's good to see you.
You too. Jimmy, this is Sheldon and Raj and Howard.
Fellas, hey, can I get a beer? Wow, look at you. Little Leonard Hofstetter. I hear you're a big-time scientist now.
And there's the first zinger. Ouch.
I'm doing okay, I guess.
Okay, come on. I read online you're a physicist at a university. You won some medal?
The Newcomb medal.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, congratulations. The new cone Oh, please. That's the scientific equivalent of a smiley face sticker on your homework.
When I read it, sounded like a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Are we going to stand here and listen to him tear Leonard apart like this?
Ace Gardner.
Hey,
On Race's weight models.
My point.
Long time.
You should have seen this guy back in the day. Huh? He was so little,
I'll
he could
stop,
fit in just about anywhere. Lockers,
I'm sorry.
trash cans.
I didn't know it bothered you like that. I
How'd you
will
get by
stop.
that backpack?
You messaged Lily on there.
I can't take all the credit. You helped a lot.
We were practically a comedy team.
Like the
I'll
Black
stop.
Death in Europe.
You're like,
Jimmy, I'm kind of curious why you wanted to see me.
Okay, here it is. I have this great money-making idea. I just need a gearhead to get it to the finish line.
Technically, Howard's the gearhead. Leonard's just a dime store laser jockey.
yeah.
What's the idea?
This is just between us, right?
Right.
Okay. What do you think about a pair of glasses that makes any movie you want into 3D?
That sounds amazing. First movie I'm watching, Annie.
How exactly would these glasses work?
How the hell should I know? That's why I need a nerd.
Shit.
I don't think something
I'm
like
climbing
that's
back
even
in.
possible.
Oh, come on. You can figure it out. You're like the smartest guy I've ever known.
I think my rig's harder to climb in than Kevin's.
Don't hate, because I got a fucking midget in my living room.
You can't live
Fuck, I think that chassis might be bigger than a fucking midget chassis, honestly.
It's probably the same. I honestly feel like it was cut out of a fucking midget and just made different.
I think they used the dimensions of a sprint car. Hell, maybe even a Silver Crown car. They just used smaller tubing.
Yeah.
Because it is big and wide.
I think what he's
It's a
trying
big,
to say
wide
is that
motherfucker.
maybe in high school you picked on me a little bit.
A little bit? But the man super
New
glued
race.
Hershey's Kisses to your nipples.
Session 8.
Josh getting an ass kick.
Tier 1. 360.
What is that?
This is a list of your heinous acts against
Shoot.
Leonard. One
Out.
of which is certainly the cause of him wetting his bed well into his teens.
PR.
14 is not...
Practice race.
What's this word?
Nancy. You called me Nancy for 3 years.
You really need to work on your penmanship.
I'm gonna put David, you're gonna be an admin. Kevin, you're gonna be an admin.
I don't know what to say.
I think that's all we got right now.
Alright, so when I don't make the race, I won't quit.
You're being too kind, Leonard.
You'll make the race.
Oh, I know I'm going to. I'm gonna wreck somebody.
Come on, guys.
I mean, oops.
Pretty badass, dude. I helped the weak. So yet another way I'm exactly
Better
like
give
that
us
man.
an extra, what did I give us? 15 minutes for that one. Let's do.
You know, I'm not gonna be able to use that for everybody in here when I go, oops. Because I know that, motherfucker, you meant to do that one.
Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
sorry I made fun of your stutter in high school.
You're doing great.
Motherfucker, you meant to do that shit.
Uh-huh. Oh, God, just finish the sentence.
Lone qualifier.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel
3
that way.
laps were the qualifying.
No one wants to hear my apologies.
I think your mistake is doing it over the phone. I mean, if they could look into your eyes, they'd melt.
Honey, it doesn't matter what you did in the past. You're a good person now.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. You weren't just called a bitch.
Those 360 things.
Perhaps
Those
you can
tumble
assuage your
buggies.
guilt through altruism. Which word's tripping you up? Assuage
Used
or
car
altruism?
classes.
Both.
You'll
That's
feel
weird.
better by
We
doing
don't wanna
something
do
nice
that.
for someone.
There are 2 people in the
never doubted
SRX
you.
right now.
Every other
I'm
week
surprised.
I serve at a soup kitchen downtown.
Ooh, I can't do that. If I stand over a steaming pot, my hair just goes boing.
I never even bought them
What
cars.
else can I do?
There's Habitat for Humanity, building houses for the poor.
Okay, come on. I don't even have my own house. I'm gonna build one for someone else.
How about donating some of your clothes?
Oh my God, that's perfect.
I don't think I
I have
did
so
either.
many clothes I don't wear, and they're just taking up space. And I go shopping to buy more stuff, and I have no place to put it. This will totally fix that.
What about helping people?
And helping people.
My bad. Repack my bone.
Cocoa?
Oh, half half and half instead of whole milk?
Yes.
Heated to precisely
I'm talking
183
about.
degrees?
Yes.
7 little marshmallows, no more, no less.
You got one for good luck.
Thank you.
I get it.
One for good luck. Must be the kind of math they do at Princeton.
That's crazy.
Love you. I said I love you.
What are you doing here?
You can ask everybody in the chat right now.
Stapling your balls.
They heard it twice. Hi.
Throwing you naked in the girls' locker room. Stuffing that parrot down your pants.
Nope.
What's this word?
Laxative.
Oh, right. Junior prom. That was not cool, man. I am so sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Josh is too busy setting up a lobby.
I am.
Yeah. Sure, I guess.
He's deep in
You're a
thought right
beautiful
now.
guy.
I am.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Okay, I gotta go.
Are you okay to drive?
Yeah.
Start the race
I
with
drive better
qualifying
drive.
tire
Yeah.
choice. That's the new one.
Makes you pay attention.
What?
No. Come on in. I'll make you a cup of coffee.
You can start the race with That's obviously not for us, but qualifying tires.
Sheldon, we can't let him drive.
Well, then take away his keys and make him wander the streets.
Disable virtual mirror.
You remember Sheldon and Raj and Howard?
Not really, no. Fine,
Correct
huh, Leonard?
conditions.
Back in school,
Why
I
is
was
everything
a
at Road
loser.
America? I'm kind of
Now we're
mad
reversed.
about that.
You're the winner.
I think a winner can make a decent cup of coffee.
Barcelona?
Mind if I use your
That's
bathroom?
1 hour, 30 minutes of practice, 3 laps of qualifying, 30 laps. Sure. I turned off damage.
Big bad high school bully finally apologized.
Figure that might help too, considering
Kinda
fucking, I don't, you know
rekindles
what I
your
mean?
faith
I don't
in
want
the
some
basic
jack off to
goodness of
destroy me and then be out of the race because somebody
it'd be
fucking
nice.
destroyed me when I can
Was
just
that
kick them and
as a symbolic
go back out, you
gesture
know?
to
So we just
all
turn
the
damage
bullies who've
off.
tormented us for years,
We get crashed
we
by some
open our
idiot,
home
we
to
can just kick him
Jimmy,
and keep on going.
once he's
And they're not,
asleep,
our
we
race
kill
won't be
him.
ruined.
I said it
I
would be
did
nice.
not
I didn't say we
put
should do it.
Concy or anything, so I think everybody's going to make the feature, but we will
I feel just like Mother
limit
Teresa.
it ourselves when we get to the qualifying. If you're not one of us or top 10, you're not making the feature. Maybe top 15. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I bet her laundry room
I'm
wasn't
gonna
down
make
5
the
flights of
feature.
stairs.
We got
You know,
provisionals.
giving really is better than receiving. I used to think it was such a cliche, but
Sucked a lot of
seems to be
cock to get here.
look at these cute jeans someone just threw away.
My racing check fucking cleared. Goddamn it.
Donated.
Yes, to a poor waitress who loves a boot cut. Honey, come on, they would be so cute
Oh
on
wait,
me.
he spent a lot of
They'd go
time up
great with this
in that
sweater.
announcer's booth.
I don't think Mother Teresa. Oh, that is adorable.
Oh shit. That's funny as fuck.
Somehow finished dead last. Still made the feature.
Leonard,
Yeah.
in case it comes up again, this right here is an imposition.
I feel her staring at me when I got my VR headset
What was I
on.
supposed to do? He needed a place to sleep it off.
You're soft. This world's gonna chew you up
This
and spit you out.
motherfucker.
Guys, it was nice knowing you.
Right, VR, that's dangerous, brother. You can't even see the attack coming.
Oh, there it is, tacos.
I think that'd be a good thing, though.
Yeah.
So,
Wouldn't hurt as
listen,
bad. Not expecting that,
great
you
to
know.
see you again, and thanks for
I
the
agree.
apology.
I agree.
What apology?
All right.
All the
Lobby
crappy
is
stuff
up.
you did to me in high school.
Well, geez, you're still harping on that? What a puss.
That's my French toast.
It's good. You really know your way around the kitchen, Nancy.
I'm not going to say I told you so, but
I
we
sees
could
it.
have killed him.
I see. I'm registered for it.
I might kill him right now.
The Dark Knight has
I'm
your
coming
back.
in to whoop his ass.
He's scared, but he has your back.
Shit.
Hey, Jimmy, it's time for you to go.
Yeah, all right, let me just finish this.
No, you're done. I want you out of my
When did you
apartment
learn how
right
to
now.
drive sprint
Well
cars,
said, Boy
Kevin?
Wonder.
Never.
Or what?
Let's drive it till I crash it. Fuck yeah.
That's his definition of whooping ass. He's gonna wreck us
Not
up from
afraid of you anymore,
behind.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna throw a slider in there and oops. I mean, my bad.
I'm afraid to check you before you do that.
Do you think we can outrun him?
I don't need to outrun him. I just need to outrun you.
I don't feel good about this.
Then sit in the car and keep it running. You were right. A whole new load.
Come on, yoga top. Mama needs a new yoga top.
Check it out, Bernadette. Suede boots. Your size.
God, they're cute. Oh, why did they have to be cute?
Wait. Guys, just hang on. What is it? The fuzz? Look at us. What are we doing? I was gleefully following you to a life of crime, looking forward to the day we might be cellmates.
Sure, we already got people going in here.
Yeah.
This is wrong. Let's put everything back. Here.
It's okay, I serve soup to poor people!
Graphics are still turned up just a touch too high.
I'm gonna do something really stupid.
What's that?
I'm gonna run the street stock at Charlotte.
Oh God.
It's not very smart. It's not very smart, I'll give you that one.
Told you. Well, hell, there ain't nothing really else to run. Definitely ain't running the fucking Arca.
Because you're Snapchatting me, I'm texting Rodney back. You want to frickin' look? Go ahead. Sure about that? I don't delete anything on my phone.
Carrying 0 frames. I gotta fix that.
Come here, Kevin.
I really don't want to drop my fucking resolution down. I think I'm gonna have to though.
Never ever sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a better way to get compensated that's faster.
Today's story is a good old-fashioned scary story that you might tell around a campfire. But
Yeah, beat me
before we
by
get into
tongue
that
hair.
story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format,
You're
then
fucking
you've come to
letting
the right
Kevin
place
out here
because that's all we
outrun
do,
you right
and
now?
we upload once a week. So if that's of interest to you, please superglue 50 harmonicas to the front of the like button's car right before they leave.
I'm sorry, but
Also,
ain't a
please
cut here
subscribe to
still a
our
little
channel
bit?
and turn on all notifications.
Watch out.
Okay, let's get into today's story.
I don't even know where. There we go. Frame rates are finally
Hold
coming in.
on. I'm switching my gear ratio back, damn it.
Oh shit, I love this one. Kevin comes talking shit.
A 48-year-old
Alright, I'm
named
back
Hannah
out here.
Rallinson, along with her husband and a group of her friends, walked quickly down a road in Sheffield, England. As they walked,
Let me
the
do my
entire
one hit real
group
quick.
was totally silent because they were terrified of what was going to happen next. Behind Hannah and her friends on this road was actually another slightly larger group of people that were keeping pace with Hannah and her friends. They were actually going to the same place as them, except this second group had no intention of going inside that building. They were just there to see what happened. Now, Hannah and her friends were totally offended and annoyed by this group that was following them, but they knew there was nothing they could do, and so they just kept on walking in silence. And as Hannah walked in silence, she couldn't help but think to herself, you know, how in the world did I get into this position? At the time, Sheffield, England was a big industrial city with lots of metalworking factories all over the place. And so loads of people at the time were coming to Sheffield to work in those factories. And as the population increased in Sheffield,
I slipped.
the city began building tenement apartments, which are kind of like these low-quality, cramped, interconnected apartments that are basically cheap and easy to make and house lots of
damn!
Hannah and her husband lived in one of these tenement
Kevin, we're
apartments, and they
191,
worked in one of the
192.
metalworking factories, which meant their lives were pretty rough.
That's a
and
cunt
difficult.
hair.
But recently, their lives
Fuck, I gotta fucking refill now. It's fucking on as I was an extra 10.
Died in a coal mining accident, and this totally
Oh
devastated
yeah, the wings. I
parents,
forgot about
but
the wing.
Hannah definitely took it the worst. In her grief, Hannah became very antisocial and began just going
Hey, don't leave me in the dark. What are you
and
doing with your wing?
back-breaking labor all day.
Just moving it
and
forward.
when she was straight home,
It's
she would
2
go to a
degrees.
room by
It's 2
herself,
degrees back,
and she
or
would just sit
two
there
clicks
all
back.
night
So
and
push it
pray
forward 2
and try to
clicks,
communicate with
and
her
then
dead
I went
son.
to a
Now, at
522
first,
gear
Hannah's husband basically did the same thing as Hannah.
instead of the
He put all of
528.
his energy and his time and his focus on work, even though it was totally
The
backbreaking
528 is
and
pretty
miserable,
fucking fast
mainly
though.
because
Like
it was
I
a
can turn a one with the
distraction from this
528
terrible
too.
grief he was dealing with.
Let's go.
But
Turned
after
to the
several
13
weeks and
wood. My
months went
optimal is a
by,
13
you know,
wood
Hannah's
2.
husband
Well,
did
13
begin
died
to
2
kinda
with
get back to
127 is
normal
my
and began to
optimal.
move forward with his life, but he could see Hannah was not doing that. Hannah was totally depressed and isolated, and so he eventually encouraged her to start going back to church and start spending more time with people there, make some new friends, and hopefully being around some people will help you cope with this tragedy. And Hannah had actually taken her husband's advice. She began going back to church, she made a bunch of new friends, she rekindled old relationships, and before long, she was getting that support, and it was helping her kind of move through this grieving process. But ironically, it was this new church support group that had thrust Hannah into a new horrible situation, one that was playing out on the streets of Sheffield, England, as Hannah, her husband, and her church friends speed walked down the road with this big group following behind them.
Here's a
And so
faster
in
one.
this group of people with Hannah was obviously her husband, as well as her closest friend from church, whose name was Harriet Ward. And then also there was 3 members of the Favell family. There was Mr. and Mrs. Favell,
No, I'm
as
good.
well as Mrs. Favell's sister. And all of them were headed to the tenement apartment on Campo Lane, where Harriet Ward and the Favell family lived together. Hannah and her group, and the second group that was following them, all came from the same place. They all went to the same church, and that day, for the previous 2
Oh, I'm out
hours
of gas.
before they all took to the streets here, they had been having this really heated argument about what to do about Harriet and the Favell family's basement. Or, more specifically, what to do about what was in their basement. Some parishioners said that Harriet and the Favell family were just totally making
You
up
let David
what
beat
was
you,
going
though.
on in their basement. But other parishioners believed them and said that that basement was so dangerous, nobody should go in it. In fact, we should just board up that basement permanently, or we should just level the entire tenement apartment building. And when that idea began gaining some
got a
traction,
Barbara
that lots of
Sanders
Well, let me
people
make
in the
my
church
gear
began
change
saying,
real
"Yeah,
quick."
let's block off the basement or knock the apartment down. The Favell family,
Carter
and
Starf's
Harriet,
in here.
who lived in this apartment building and did not want to, permanently block off segments of it or knock
You know who
it
Carter
down,
Starf is?
they got so angry that they just stood up and left.
No.
And at this point,
He just
Hannah
won
and her
a
husband just
USAC
got
midget
up and left
championship,
with their
or
friends.
no, extreme
Now, once they
extreme
got
midget
outside,
championship.
They didn't really have a plan, but they felt strongly
Oh,
they
nice.
just needed to get to the Campo Lane tenement apartment building, and at a
We used to
minimum,
race with them
just
all
be
the time in the
there
wing cart.
to
Well, not all
prevent
the time,
other
but a
people
lot.
from showing up and doing something to the apartment, like trying to knock it down or do something to the basement. And so Hannah and her group began speed walking to the apartment.
He was
and
one
this
of them
gaggle
super
other
young kids that
churchgoers
come
who
out
were
there and
part
just
of this argument
dominate the
just
wing
kind of
carts.
naturally came outside and followed them. And then when Hannah and her friends
He had the
reached
orange,
apartment
or
building
bright
on
ass
Campo
orange
Lane,
and white
they
wing
went
carts.
inside and shut and locked the door behind them. And for a moment, Hannah and the 5 other people she was with,
Kid's a
they
hell
just
of a
stood
race
there
car
in
driver,
silence, not really
honestly.
sure what to do next. But eventually, one of them said, "We got to do
Who, Kyle
something about
Braxton?
the basement because
Or,
if we don't,
Carter
the people
Starf.
outside will."
Oh,
What happens
Not
when
Kyle
real patients move
Braxton.
curing hepatitis C
By
from
his
their
son,
to-do list
Braxton.
to their
Braxton
today
Buddy.
list?
Oh,
I was able to move
yeah,
forward
actually,
without Hep C
yeah,
doing more
B-Rex
damage
or
to
whatever
my
they're
body.
calling him.
Understanding
Yeah.
side effects was
He is
important.
That
gonna
little
be
kid's
a
good.
hell
I
of a little
talked to my
driver
doctor
too.
about
Yeah,
Epclusa.
I'll tell you another one that's gonna be
Epclusa
really
treats
good.
all
Is that
types of
fucking
chronic hepatitis
Harvick's
C.
kid.
I thought treatment would
Keelan.
my life.
Yeah, and then you got Wyatt Miller, which is fucking Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s fucking nephew or some shit.
Once a day for 12 weeks.
He's gonna be
Epclusa
pretty
can also
fucking
be
good
taken
too.
during
Oh,
addiction
we're going to the
recovery.
wall.
If you've had
I'm
hepatitis
sorry,
B,
I'm
it may
sorry.
flare up and cause serious liver problems during
Hannah walked over
Push
to
the
the
talk
front of
button
the
didn't work
apartment
either.
where there was a big window
We just went
that
for a
looked out
ride.
to the street. And when she looked out there, she saw the big group of people that had followed them were all kind of gathering around the small window that looked down into the Campo Lane tenement apartment basement. It was like all these people were jockeying for position to get the best look. Hannah shut the blind in frustration and then walked back over to the group. And then after a few minutes,
My bad.
Mr. Favell said, you know, guys, it's only going to be daylight for a few more hours. If we're going to do something in the basement, we have to get down there before the daylight is gone. We can't be down there in the dark. The group nodded because they understood why. They definitely did not want to be down there in the dark.
I need to
And
keep
then
buying
Mr.
my
Favell
wing
looked
adjustments
over at
again
Hannah's
too,
husband,
because those
and he
fucking
kinda
disappeared
gestured
on
like,
me.
why don't we, the two of us, go down there together? And Hannah's husband, even though he did not want to go down there, he just nodded and said, okay, let's go. Moments later, Hannah, Harriet, and the two Favell watched as the two men opened up the basement door, turned around and looked at the women.
What's up?
And then they slowly began
Not much.
descending
Hey, I got my
the
race
stairs.
car,
And then after a
Josh.
couple of minutes, the
Good
only
shit,
sound
good shit.
coming out of the basement
She starts up.
was
She
the
definitely
sound
sounds
of
like
these
she has
two
a
men
cam in her.
using big metal tools
I'm sure it does.
to attempt to break up the stone floor in the basement. For the next 2 hours,
It's got an idle
Mr.
load
Favell
control
and
on it,
Hannah's
too.
husband continued to smash up
Hell
the
yeah,
floor
so it's
in
got a
the
little
basement.
knob you can
And
turn
every
inside
time
the
they
car,
removed a
or is
big
it
Yep,
outside
and
the
you
car?
can.
all
It's
they'd
inside the
find
car.
was
You can
dirt
adjust the
underneath.
idle on
There
it.
was nothing else.
That's pretty
Meanwhile,
sweet.
outside, the crowd looking
Only
out the
thing
window
is,
into the
and I
basement
wish
was
you would have
only
told me
getting bigger and
beforehand,
bigger. It was no longer
when they
just
put in
other
the
members
engine
of
and the
church.
transmission,
It was
they
now
forgot
just
to bleed the
random
clutch,
people
so the
who
clutch
saw
is
this big group
like
and walked over to
non-existent.
see what was
Oh,
going on. And Hannah, who was at
You
the
wasn't
window
lifting
out on the
either.
street, she was
So
seeing
I have
this
to go
group
bleed the
growing and
clutch.
seeing how rowdy they were getting, and it was starting to make her really nervous.
That's the only thing.
But the nerves she felt
When
about the
they were
crowd
doing their
were
swap
nothing
over to put
compared
in the
to
new
nerves
motor
she
and all
felt
that,
about
they
her
just,
husband
I guess,
and Mr.
forgot they
Favell
ran out of time
still
for
being
bleeding
in
the
that
clutch, or they
basement
forgot
now
to,
that
or
the
whatever.
sun
Makes
was
sense
about
though.
to set.
If
She
you
did not
replace the
want them down there
transmission
in
in the
dark.
engine,
And
then the clutch
finally,
would
when
be.
the sun did set and the two men still had not come
Yeah,
out,
it's hydraulic.
Hannah just rushed over to the
Yeah,
basement and yelled at them.
Damn.
So no,
what they were
I mean, it
doing
just
to get up.
reassures that
The
they,
two
you
men
know,
did
they
what she
replaced the
asked.
motor,
They
they
dropped
did all
their
this
tools
work.
and
It just,
came upstairs.
it
They were
makes
totally
me
rejected.
reassure
They
myself
said
that,
they had
hey,
not
they actually
found
did
the
the
thing
work.
they were
That's the
looking
reason
for,
why,
which
you know,
meant
clutch
they had
is
failed.
non-existent
But
right now.
Hannah and her friends were hoping.
But
Yeah, driver's okay.
I wish,
yeah, it drives all right. I pushed it, put it into gear, and it was going.
into the basement because it was too dark. That maybe the crowd
But,
would disperse.
Dude,
But
all I have to do
Hannah,
is just
her
grab my
husband,
vacuum pump,
Harriet,
just
and
go
the Favells
pump it
sat
at like
down to
20
have some
times,
dinner
get
in
it
the
to like
apartment.
negative,
They
what
looked
is it,
outside
negative 20,
periodically, and they saw the
something
crowd
like
was
that.
not going away.
Pull a
If
vacuum on it
anything, the
and
crowd was
pump
still
the clutch, and it should
continuing
come
to
right
get
back to
bigger.
life.
Now, you got to remember, this is Sheffield, England in
Something
the
like that.
1800s.
Create spellbinding campaigns with full funnel advertising.
I put curing hepatitis
You still got
C
your
on
quality
my
set on,
Today
don't
list.
you?
Epclusa
Yep.
treats all types of chronic hepatitis
I
C
thought so.
with a 98% cure rate. Epclusa is one pill once a day for 12 weeks. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and
I'd be
after
just
treatment.
fast
Tell
on my
your
heat
doctor
pad.
if you've had hepatitis
He's
B,
got
liver or kidney
Ford on the
problems,
side of
HIV,
his
and
hot
all
rod.
medicines
What
and
an
supplements
idiot.
you take. Taking amiodarone with
What ain't about
Epclusa
it,
may cause
it's
a
just like
serious
this-
slowing of your heart rate.
Right
Most
when you're
common
on my
side effects
ass,
include
like,
headache and
even though
terror.
I'm not
Ask
letting
your
off, I know
doctor
you're not
about
letting off,
Epclusa
but
today.
This was a tough place to live.
I'm like, how the fuck are you getting around on me like that? But it's like, oh yeah, well I'm
7
probably
days a
carrying
week
way more
for very
fucking
little
fuel.
money, and there's virtually no entertainment.
And to go
I'm
along with
also on
it,
a
they
different
hid
gear than you are.
Work until you die.
they hid the fuel
And so
cell
when
very
people
well.
in Sheffield saw this
Because I
big
couldn't
group
even,
of people at
in a
night
matter of like
standing
5
around
minutes, that I
Unless
was,
you switch to a 522.
and that was pretty
not
rare
even
in
5
their
minutes,
lives.
a matter
They
of
were
like
not
2
able to
seconds.
leave and go home.
I'm
was
just
looking
running
at
whatever
the
the heat
Flights at
race is
home
on
were
now.
terrible. And so, by about midnight, there was this huge
I'm practicing.
crowd right outside of the Campo Lane apartment. And it meant
I'm sure it was
that,
in the
Hannah and
trunk.
her husband really couldn't leave to go back to
No,
Verify.
I don't know where it
They
is,
were trapped because
to
of
be
this
honest
crowd.
with you.
Also,
Because the whole drunk's gutted out, and and if you're sitting in the car, you can look all the way to the ass end, and it's down in there.
Maybe they put it where the fuel tank actually goes.
Maybe.
It seems kind of weird.
And so Mrs.
Yeah,
Should
I
be
looked
a fuel cell in the trunk, caged in.
I looked all the way, like, I don't know if they put it somewhere in the front somewhere, behind paneling, or in the rear somewhere behind paneling.
basement.
But
and
I
used
didn't
this
see it in the matter of
curtain
like 2
rod and
seconds I was
curtain
in the car.
To block out the one window this crowd has to look into the
Because
basement. If they can't see into the
when you look in the back,
then
it has a
they're
big
likely
ass
to
hole
leave.
where the old spare
But
tire
Mrs.
would be,
Fabel's sister,
where they
after
gutted
being
it out,
handed this curtain rod,
and then that's
she's
it.
like,
That's all that's in the
"I don't
rear.
wanna go in the basement. It's the middle of the night. I'm not going down there." And over the next couple of minutes, the entire group just kind of bickered about who should be the one going into the basement to cover up this window. And
That
nobody
didn't
wanted
sound
to do
good.
it. And finally, Hannah, who she's lost her son
Yeah, it
recently,
started right up
you know, she just wants to
instantly.
go home at this point, but she
Good
can't
shit.
because of this stupid group. She finally just snaps and says, "You know what? I'll do it." And so she snatches the curtain rod and just walks right over to the basement door. She opens it up and begins descending the stairs before anybody else could stop her. And as she did, her husband and Harriet and the Fabel family, they all crowded around the top of the basement stairs, looking down, kind of waiting to see what would happen. Last night, after I topped old sink out into his little lily pad there, and I handed in his nice warm glass of fly milk, I was about to leave the room for the night when the little guy
I was
sat
talking
up
with the
and
guy,
said,
and he said
"Papa,
that he uses.
Nara mihi fabula," which of course in traditional Latin means, "Papa, please tell me a story." And I smiled and said, "Of course, Lung. I know Lung is a real sucker."
What'd you say?
The Lung theme
He uses
sings.
regular.
And
He
luckily,
uses
because
regular
of our new
antifreeze, so I
show,
don't have to
Mr.
change that out.
Ballen's
So that's a
Medical
plus.
Mysteries, I'm up to my lungs in Lung theme stories.
telling me- I would
And so before long,
double check
I
it to make
was
sure it
telling
wasn't
a little
water.
sing out
I'd use
with a
wetter water.
story about a man
Put some of
who
that in
believed
there.
He was just sick.
He
but
stuck.
it
He
turned
stuck
out
antifreeze
he
in
had
there.
a
He
tree
winterized it.
growing in his lung.
Okay.
Something
No, I don't
I'm
have to
sure
change
we
that
all
out.
can relate to. Speaking of relatability,
I would put
if you
wetter
haven't
water in
already,
it.
you really ought to check out Mr. Ballen's
Wetter
Medical
water?
Mysteries.
Yeah, I think
because
that's what it's
every
called,
week
wetter
we
water.
cover totally strange, baffling medical mysteries.
I can look it
that
up
all
for you if
originate
need
from
be.
the
It's
one place
fucking.
we all can't escape,
It has a lower
our own
freezing
bodies.
point than
You can
antifreeze
listen to Mr. Ballen's Medical Mysteries early
and a
on
higher
Amazon Music,
boiling point.
because on that platform we release them in batches of
Yeah,
8
but I was saying
episodes
for
at
the
once.
winter,
But
that
you
should
can
be
also
fine,
listen to Mr.
right?
Ballen's
Yeah.
Medical Mysteries
Yeah,
on
as
every
long as it's
other
antifreeze
podcast
and you run it and
platform.
flush it into the
However,
block.
you only get one new episode every
Yeah,
week.
it's already-
Again,
well, it
Mr.
already ran
Ballen's
it.
Medical Mysteries is available on all podcast
Oh,
platforms.
God,
No, he
I
said he
see
already-
the other
But you can
driver.
listen to it early in
He
batches
said he puts
on Amazon
regular
Music,
antifreeze in.
or new episodes once a week on every other
That don't tell me
platform.
shit. Is it 50-50
Okay, back to the
mix?
story.
Is it fucking?
It's a 50-50 mix.
Yeah.
I'm on a 511
Welcome.
on the heat stat.
What would you say to a double
I am too.
adventure?
That way I can run either above the slick or slide it below the
And
slick
so
for
they
the
all
slick.
heard as Hannah turned the corner and walked over to that
There's a
window,
little slick
and
spot
they could
right
hear her
here.
kind of messing around with the curtain as she put it in place. And
Can't you
then
just
even
run
though
water,
they could
though?
not see
Or
her
is it
down
plain
there
water
because the
for that?
basement's totally dark,
No.
you can't see the
You
window.
want
No.
They heard Hannah call out that
You wanna
she
hurt
was
your
not
motor,
able
In
to
the,
you
put
can
the
in
curtain
the
shut as
summer,
blocked,
in the
and
in
now
the
she was
summer
gonna
when
come
you're
back
actually
upstairs.
racing it, yes, you
But
can run
after
straight
she
water.
yelled to them that
I
she
still
was
wouldn't.
coming back up,
You can,
it
but
went
I still wouldn't.
completely silent in the basement.
Just
And for
because
like
the
5,
boiling
6,
point's
7
so low, if
seconds,
you ever
all the
get that
people at the
motor
top of
hot,
the stairs
it ain't
are
gonna water
waiting
ain't gonna do
anxiously
shit to
for
cool it
Hannah
down.
to turn the corner and come up the stairs to safety. But then this tense silence
Yeah.
was broken with a horrible scream coming out of the basement. It was Hannah, and then
On them
silence again.
450s and shit,
At
man.
this
We
point,
use
Hannah's husband,
it's
he's
called
"Oh my
like
God,
wetter
something's
water
happened,"
or some
and he
shit, and
charges
it's
down the
fucking it's
stairs
better than
and looks
antifreeze. You
over,
mix it with
and he
your
sees Hannah
antifreeze.
is lying on the ground
You don't
motionless.
use
There's
a full,
nothing else
you don't
in
use
the
all of
basement.
it.
It's just his wife and this covered up
You use like a
window.
50-50
And so he
mix
runs
and then
over,
mix a
scoops
bottle
her
of
up,
that
and
in there
runs her
too.
back
But
upstairs, and he lays her on the ground right outside of the basement
it's kind of like
door,
that
and
heat
then he
shit
began
you
to
would put
shake
in your
her to
fuel
try to
cell.
wake her up, but she wasn't waking up. However,
You ever
it
seen
was
that
clear
too?
she
The
was still
heat, like it's
breathing,
literally
and
called
so
heat.
Harriet
I think
ran
it's
and got a
called.
wet towel,
It
and
comes
she
in
came
like a
back,
little
and she
fucking
kneeled down next to
Red
Hannah,
bottle.
and she placed
yeah,
the towel on Hannah's
STP
forehead,
or
hoping
Lucas
this wet towel
little
would revive
bottles.
Hannah. But as Harriet is kneeling there, so she's looking at Hannah's body, and the basement door, which is open, is right past Hannah's body, Harriet happened to look up, and so now she's looking into the doorway that leads down into the basement, and her eyes went wide, and she screamed, and then she passed out. The big controversy over this basement began several weeks earlier at the beginning of
looked like it hurt.
February, when Harriet
Little
and
bit,
the Fabel
little bit.
family began hearing all these strange sounds coming out of the basement. Now, initially, they had totally written off these sounds as being, strange creaking and cracking sounds that were just the product of a poorly constructed building with lots of people inside inside of it. But the noises they were hearing from the basement only got louder and louder and more intense, and they were especially bad at night. And so basically, Harriet and the Favell family were so scared to go down there that they just stopped, especially at night. Sometimes they'd go during the day, but at night it was like, no one's going down there. We don't know what's going on, but I'm not going down there. And then on February 24th,
I can tell you by practice already that we're gonna have to kick a couple people.
Happened where, you know, Hannah and her friends
Yep.
get followed to the apartment.
Fucking
and
Carter
Hannah goes
Starfelt,
down
little
and she
bastard, worked
passes
his
out,
way
and
up the
Harriet
second
passes
quick.
out. So one day
Wow,
before
it was slick.
that, Harriet
He's
swore
fast.
she saw a ghost in the basement. She saw this old woman wearing a white gown kind of moving around in the basement, and the whole time Harriet said this woman, this ghost woman, was pointing at one particular spot on the ground in the basement. And then the same
I should
night
key out and be like,
Harriet
just like old
sees this
times,
ghost in
Carter.
the basement, Harriet has a dream. And in her dream, she sees this ghost, and again, this
Still
ghost
sitting
is in
behind
that
me, buddy.
basement,
Still
and
sitting
it's
behind me.
pointing at the spot on the basement floor.
I wish my
except
daddy had
in
money like your
Harriet's
daddy.
dream, this ghost woman speaks
Sorry.
to Harriet and says that she was
That was
murdered and her gold was stolen from her and buried in the basement right there. And it was this
I give Carter
apparent
Starf
ghost
props. His
in the
dad does
Campo
own a
Lane
pretty
basement
successful business,
that
but
was
Carter
the
Starf
center
actually
of that
works too.
2-hour-long argument at the
Like,
church
he shows
the
up to
following
work and
day,
works.
which ultimately prompted Hannah, her husband, Harriet, the Favell family to get up and storm out to go protect the Campo Lane apartment, and then also the secondary group followed right after them, really just to see if they were going to go confront the ghost, because a lot of people thought that's what they're going to go do. And that is
She's my
basically
woman.
what Hannah,
Sure,
her
yes.
husband, and her friends ended up doing. They decided
You
the
call
two
your
men
old
would
lady
go
by
down
her
into the
name? Is she in
basement
trouble?
and attempt to dig up the floor in hopes that they might
better
find
than her
this
screen name,
gold
Killer
that was
Queen.
stolen from this murdered
I would
woman
just call my
and
old lady
buried in the
titties.
basement. But they obviously did not find the gold, which ultimately led to
My old
Hannah going down
I
and
called her
passing
by
out.
her name
and then
instead of
Harriet
saying
also
honey or
passing out.
beautiful.
Hannah and
She would have
Harriet
fucking
would
strung
wake
me up and
after
fucking
passing
ripped me a
out.
new one.
And when they woke up, they would tell these terrifying stories about what they saw.
That's
Hannah
funny.
said she went down the stairs, she went over to the window where all the crowd was looking in.
Oh, yeah.
And she managed to get
I
this
was
curtain
not
up,
allowed to
and then
call
she
her by her
yelled
name.
upstairs to her husband and her friends that she was coming back up. But when Hannah actually turned around to go to the stairs, she realized the ghost was in the basement with her. There was this old woman wearing a white gown standing between Hannah and the stairs. She was blocking her way. And this woman was staring at Hannah really intently, and then Hannah screamed, and this ghost charged at Hannah and basically went through her body. And it was at that point that Hannah passed out
Who's
onto the
Corey
ground.
Dion?
As for Harriet, when she came to, her story was even more
Is that
terrible.
anybody in here?
Harriet said after she placed that wet towel on
What?
Hannah's
Not that I'm
head,
aware of.
she looked up and she saw the woman in white
Right,
walking
keep
up
crashing
the
you?
stairs, staring directly at
He
Harriet.
keeps crashing
And
other
Harriet,
people.
she froze and kind of leaned back and just stared at this woman. And the woman, she came right to the top
This
of the
dude thinks I'm
stairs,
just
she
gonna
stopped in
advance the
doorway,
race. Like, what the
and then
fuck?
she
Was he
opened up her
retarded?
mouth grotesquely wide and just continued to stare directly at Harriet. And then
Is
with
Braden
slow,
McLaughlin
trembling hands, the woman
advance?
began taking off her
No.
nightgown, which eventually fell
Are
to
you
the
doing a
ground,
custom
and
right
Harriet
now?
saw this woman was covered
What do you
in
mean?
cuts and gashes all over her chest
race
and
are you
neck.
doing?
And then Harriet let out a scream, and she passed out too.
I hosted
Not long
360.
after Hannah and Harriet both came to and told their horrible stories, the police arrived outside and dispersed the big crowd, which
They
meant
don't even
Hannah
fucking
and her husband could finally
It's
leave
for the
and go back
it's for
to
the
their own
shootout
apartment,
tomorrow.
and they would. But
Yeah, and I
just
can't even do
12
the shootout
hours
because I
later,
can't even afford
Hannah
iRacing right now.
died. The Sheffield coroner held an inquest into Hannah's
That
death,
sucks.
but he could find no scientific explanation for why.
How
Hannah
short are
actually
you? I
died.
could probably loan
And
you
so
like
on
$5.
her death certificate,
No,
it
I'm
basically says she died of fright. She was literally
Can't do that,
scared
buddy.
to death. Following Hannah's very bizarre and
It's fine.
basically unexplained death, Harriet, who would survive, and the Favell family, they just moved out. They could not
Guess we'll
stand
try that
to be
again.
at that apartment
I was trying to
any
pay for it
longer.
earlier
And then also
in the week,
many more
like
people who lived
Monday or
inside
whatever,
this
last
tenement
Monday.
apartment building on
But it
Campo
wouldn't let me
Lane,
pay for it.
They also moved
so.
out because again, it was just too terrifying.
It
to be
wouldn't
near
let you
this
pay
basement.
for it. I mean,
To this
I've
day,
honestly
we
had that
still
same problem.
don't have a better explanation
I
for
pay
what
with
happened to
PayPal,
Hannah.
and it's pretty
She was
fucking
in
hard to
good
get
health,
PayPal to
all
go
things
through
considered,
sometimes.
when she died. And
Yeah,
so
it
really
wouldn't
just
let me
didn't
pay
make any
for
sense.
the new
And so
subscription
this
for
case
my next
still
subscription.
What's up,
you know
is
what I mean?
one of the only in recorded
Were you trying to
history
get it
where
early?
somebody
Mhm.
apparently died just from
Yeah.
getting scared.
There's actually a spot where you gotta click it says to pay your,
Late one night
pay
in
it
spring of
early,
1937,
so
a
you
young
don't
woman
end up spending
stumbled
the
into
money
a
on
New York
something
City
else.
apartment building, drunk from a long night of partying with friends. She made her way up the steps
It
and
wouldn't
reached her
let me, and I
apartment
was like,
door.
whatever.
And after she opened it
Dude,
up,
my
she stepped
knees
inside, and her little
are
dog
hurting
ran up
so
to say hello.
fucking bad right
So
now.
she gave her dog
It
a
hurts
pet,
just to move
and
them.
then she walked towards her bedroom. But the moment she stepped foot into that pitch black bedroom,
I
something just
accidentally
felt
flexed the
off. It was
muscle
too
around the
quiet.
knee.
But
It
before she
sent
could figure
a
out why that
shockwave of
was,
pain down all the
something
way down to
heavy
the
came
toes.
flying out of the darkness and hit her on the face. And for a moment,
You
the
got
woman
like a
just
hot
stood
tub,
there,
I'd go sit in
stunned.
that motherfucker
And then
for
a
a
second
while.
later,
I don't.
something else emerged from the darkness. Two
sucks.
hands. So that's going to do it. If you enjoyed today's story, be sure to check out our podcast called the Mr.
Sorry,
Ballin
Kevin.
Podcast,
Oh,
where
fuck.
we have hundreds of stories.
Oh, not your fault, man. That dude fucking
that are
fucked up in
only
front of me.
available on the podcast. They are not
I
on
fucked up.
YouTube. Again, the
I
podcast
fucked
is
up.
just called the Mr. Ballin Podcast, and it's available on Amazon Music.
Transform trillions of signals into relevant reach.
Damage is off, so if you drive away from the crash, your car should fix itself.
At Franklin University,
Yeah,
our
but it's
success
how
begins
it
with
gets
yours.
thrown.
When organizations can
What the
grow and
fuck
retain
is that,
top-tier
Quad?
talent to achieve business
Because,
goals.
dude, it's
In
not
short,
getting any better.
In today's top story, we're reminded why truth is often stranger than fiction. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right channel because that's all we do, and we upload 3, 4, even 5 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please offer the like button a beer and then give them an O'Doul's. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications so you don't
That's a
miss any
near
of our
beer.
weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's stories. In the spring of 2013, a young woman named Melissa finally moved out of her mother's house and got her own place across town. For the first few months she was living there, she never noticed anything strange. But about 3 months into living there, things started to get a little bit weird. It started with a whole bunch of hang-up calls where someone from different numbers would call, she'd answer, and she could hear them breathing, but they weren't saying anything. And then she started getting these huge bouquets of flowers delivered to her front step, but they were delivered from anonymous. Then, after
he's
that,
getting
she
sick
started
too.
noticing things in her kitchen and her living room were going missing. Things like
Oh, yeah,
plates,
definitely.
cups,
Kick
drink
'em if you see
coasters,
'em,
salt
I think, well,
shakers,
it's race
forks
time
and
now,
knives,
qualifying time
little
now, but-
things, but since she lived alone and she was the only one moving these
Like,
things,
dude,
they really
Claude,
stood out.
I'm not
Melissa
gonna
had
fucking
this habit
Google it,
that every time she went to bed,
because
she
I
would
know it's
unplug her
probably
TV.
not a good
She had this
idea
irrational
to
fear
Google
if she
symptoms.
didn't do that it would spark
Next
a
thing you
fire
know, I
and
fucking
house
have
would burn
cancer
down
or
in the middle
some
of the
shit
night.
in the knee.
She was pretty obsessive compulsive about always making sure the TV was unplugged
Yeah, Google
before she
stuff
went
for that
upstairs to
kind of
bed.
shit.
And so one night around the same time,
I
she's
don't know
getting
how,
panic
but you
calls
have
and
syphilis
flowers
of the
being sent to her
kneecap.
door and things are going
Figure
missing.
that one out.
She unplugs her TV and she goes up to bed. The next morning, she gets up and comes
This doesn't
downstairs,
kneecap,
and the
that's
TV's
fucking
plugged
great.
in again. She convinces
Don't forget,
herself
3
that,
laps
well,
of qualifying.
she must
Hopefully
have
there's enough
forgotten
fuel
to
in the set
unplug
to
the
do
TV.
3 laps.
As rare of an event as that is, it has to be what happened. And so that
Butthole
night,
AIDS for
she
sure,
unplugs the
fantastic.
TV and remembers looking directly at the plug, confirming that, yes, I've unplugged the TV. And then she puts it down and looks again. at the
$500,
outlet.
you can
It's
have a
not
Custom
plugged
Works
in.
Outlaw.
It's definitely
Buy it.
not plugged in. And
Hell
then she
yeah.
goes upstairs
Their
to bed.
oval,
The next
sprint
morning when
car
she
kit.
walks downstairs, she had the sense
Yeah.
of dread that when she turned
I
the
see 'em
corner,
for about
because her TV
$350
was
every
right
now
at the
and
bottom
again.
of the stairs,
That's a good
that
deal.
when she
Pretty
turned
good
the
deal.
corner, it would be plugged in again, and her worst
Brand
nightmare
new,
would
they're
come true, that
$495, I
something
think.
is happening on my
This is
first
brand
floor
new.
when I'm asleep at night. And as she comes
Yeah,
down
that
the
might have-
stairs
that
and
might have
turns the
some
corner,
electronics
what
on
does
it,
she
too.
see? The TV is plugged in again. She's horrified,
like
but has no idea what to do. It's not
possibly a
some malicious
servo
act. And she's telling
and
herself, well, maybe I
transmission.
forgot again. But then she's like, no, I remember last night staring at the plug.
Yeah, it
I
looks like a
definitely
servo
unplugged
and
it. And
just
so
the
she flies around her
differential
first floor to make sure,
transmission.
one, everything is locked, but two, no one else
No,
is
seriously,
there.
though, Claude.
And when she's
Carbon fiber.
satisfied that, yup,
What is
it's
it for
empty
you?
down here, and two, everything is locked, she sits there thinking, well, now what do I do? Do I call the police and say, someone's plugging in my TV? You know, she can't do anything. And it was at this point that Melissa developed
Oh
a
shit, I hit
very
the wall on my
real
fast lap.
fear
God
of
damn
her
it.
first floor. And she began going to bed so early at night because she could not be on that floor when it started to get dark. And so imagine living alone, being afraid of going down to your
Who wants
first
to do the
floor. How
driver's
scary
meeting?
it would
Be
at
clean or
night
get kicked.
when you're
That's pretty
laying in
much
bed,
it.
your door's shut, and any noise you hear in the house, you're going to attribute to your first floor. And so Melissa was living this absolutely wretched life where she's scared of
Just
everything
tell 'em don't be
outside the
dumbasses.
bedroom. And so with
Yeah,
that as
just basically,
context,
we're here to have
Melissa goes
fun,
to
but
bed one
don't be
night super
dummies,
early,
you
probably like
know.
3 o'clock. The sun's not even down yet.
They're
But
all
she's
yellow,
upstairs.
yellow
But
flags
eventually
don't
it
count,
does get dark
damage is
outside,
off.
and she still has not fallen asleep.
If we
And so
notice
she
you
sits up
causing
in
crashes
bed
and
she
causing
turns on the
problems,
TV.
we're gonna
And
get
right
rid of you.
away, the channels on the screen start to change. And she's thinking, oh, I must be laying on the remote. But then she remembers the remote's in my hand. And so she's
We
looking
got
at
like
the remote,
22
and then she's
people
looking
in the
at
lobby.
the TV. She's not touching her.
Let's all have a
and the
good
channels
race,
are
clean
still
race.
cycling. Now Melissa had
We
what's
will
called
kick
a
you if
skybox,
there's any
which means her
problems.
downstairs TV
You're not coming
was
through.
connected to her upstairs TV and vice versa.
Maze.
If one was changing the channel, in real
Starting
time,
to
the
turn
other
on green.
changed the channel. And so as she's looking at
After
her remote
cautions,
and not
it is
touching
on
it,
later.
and looking at the screen as
you
the
will be
channels are
kicked.
changing, it dawns on
You're
her
driving
that
aggressive.
someone
We're all
downstairs
here
is
to have
changing
fun.
the channels. And so frozen in fear,
Was he coming through,
all
Kevin?
she can think to do
Yeah.
is turn
Yep,
off her
yep, yep,
TV
yep.
because that's the one function.
Well, shit, on my
that does
side,
not
the
have
fucking
any
shit wouldn't
impact
come
on
through.
the
I
other
need to fix
TV.
my
So she
audio
turns
on
the
that
TV
too,
off.
I guess.
And so
Fuck.
in total darkness, in
Let's
a
see,
house
made a
she's already
sprint car.
terrified of, she is straining her ears to try to hear
When did
some
Losi
sign
make 10
that this
scale
is
sprint
either
cars?
something, someone's
They had
down
one a
there
long time
flipping
ago
through
and they quit
channels,
making parts
or
for it.
this
Now they
is
came out
nothing,
with a new
and I
one.
just happened to turn
looks
the
pretty
TV
good.
on
Yeah,
when
the
the skybox
old
is
one
not
was
functioning.
the
And as she's sitting
slider.
there, all she can hear is her own
Yeah, but
breathing,
I'm
and
saying
she
this
can
new
feel
one
the
looks
pounding
pretty
of her
good.
heart
It's
in
got
her
a
chest.
pretty
She doesn't
Yeah.
hear
thick
any sounds in her
aluminum
house. She doesn't
plate
hear
on
the
the bottom.
TV on. She doesn't hear
Yeah, the
footsteps.
new
Damn,
one.
what the hell is going on over there?
In the house. So after what
They're
probably
Fucking hurricane?
the pillow and clutched it in
Their
front
own
of her.
class.
She
Kids
headed
playing
to the
They have
pillow.
an actual
Like
Hoosier
Golly.
Balls hit
the next
bouncing off the
morning when she
rig.
gets up, the
Like,
sun
they
is out,
actually
and
have
it's a
Hoosier
huge
tires
relief
for this
because
thing.
suddenly,
Like Josh
with
ain't
the
sitting there. I
sunlight
got like a
pouring in the
full on
windows, it was like the house wasn't
fucking
scary anymore.
half
And she's telling
chassis in my
herself,
living room.
You know what? That had
Like,
to have
it's
been
decked
just
out
some
and shit.
anomaly with the skybox. I bet I go downstairs.
That's so
and the
weird, the
TV's
toe
unplugged.
on the rear
And
end.
so she goes downstairs and the TV is unplugged.
Why is it toe out
And so
or
that
toe
for
in
her
so
kind
bad?
of confirms that, okay, the paranoia is getting to me. I'm losing my mind a little bit. I gotta
Is that
tell
normal?
someone what's going on. And so as it happens, that
Rear
day
end?
she was going to a
Yeah,
family birthday
like the
party.
left rear to
And so
toe
when
in.
she gets there, she
Yeah, the
pulls
left
her
rear
older
should be
brother
towed in, the
aside
right rear
and
should be
says,
towed
here's the
out.
strange things that are
No,
happening
the
in
right
my
rear
house
looks like it's
with
towed in a little bit,
skybox
and the
all
left rear
this."
looks like
And
it's
at
severely
first,
towed in.
He looked at her like, really? This is what's going on? You're seeing ghosts in your house?
Tight.
But when
Sounds
she
like a really, really tight
focused
race
on
car.
the specific things that were happening, like the plug going back into the wall
Yeah, I
two
don't know
separate
how to get my
times,
radio to work,
and then the
goddammit.
skybox thing. So the TV is kind of wrapped up in the weirdness that's been happening in her house and the missing items in
Key
her
up.
house.
Somebody
And so
key
for
up
the
real
brother,
quick.
it all kind of added up to, okay, this does seem a little bit weird. And he
Josh, can you
offered
hear
to
me?
live with her for a few days and just see it for himself. And as they're talking, their younger brother happens to walk by, overhears the conversation, and says, oh, I'll stay there too. For 4 days, the two brothers lived on the first floor of Melissa's house, and they don't see anything, they don't hear anything, it's completely ordinary. And Melissa at first was
Settings,
reassured,
audio,
but then
main
started to think,
volume.
does that mean whoever's been doing this stuff is
I got
watching my
voice
house
chat
really
turned
closely
kinda
and
low,
knows
but-
that I have, protection at my house right now and they're staying away? Does that mean I'm being watched really closely? And so finally, when her brothers are getting ready to leave
What is
after
this,
the fourth
Heats?
day, she was practically begging
Feature.
them to stay. She couldn't stand the idea of staying in this
Feature,
house.
feature,
Her brothers
feature.
reassured her that she had nothing to worry about, but if she experienced
I don't know what the
anything
hell that
weird,
is, Kodo.
anytime, any day, just call or text and they would be there in a heartbeat. Although she did not feel reassured, it was starting to get late, at least by her standards. It was like 3 o'clock, so the sun's getting
good
close to
call,
going
that
down,
one-
so she
that
needs to
would've
go
about
upstairs.
fucked
So
up.
she goes back in her house and
I'm
does like
gonna
20
try
trips around her house to confirm everything is shut, everything is locked, no one's in the house, everything is safe. And then she goes upstairs.
I'm gonna
to
run
bed.
the
But
features
like
quick
most
set, and I'm gonna
nights,
bring the
she was
top
so
wing down to
scared
24
to go outside of her
and
bedroom
run a
door
511.
that she couldn't sleep.
I'm gonna
And then
miss
she's
you,
laying
I
there
forgot to
in
fucking-
utter silence in her room. She hears the
I'm on the
unmistakable
taxi
sound
set
of her back
You
door
still gotta-
opening, and she hears
509,
footsteps walking through her
and
first
the
floor.
wing just
And then then she hears the TV turn on, and her brothers have been watching her TV last, and they had the volume set really, really high.
So you're just
as soon as the TV
right
went on,
here.
it blared all through the house, and immediately the TV turned back on.
Yeah, but I
because
plan
whoever
on
turned
being
on
at top most of the
knew
time.
that was going to wake
Yeah.
up whoever was in the house.
Yeah.
Melissa doesn't know what to do. Before, whatever the heck was
Did
happening
you get
in
graded
the
up yet,
house
Kev?
was a little
Yep.
bit subtle.
You
Yeah,
good?
So
Good.
she had to think about what
I'm
she
good.
was hearing to
All right.
confirm it was actually happening. Now, this person is just strolling into
looks
her
like
house
we're
in the
having
middle of the
15
night,
people
flipping
grid
on
up.
the TV and blaring it through the house. And so she immediately is like, oh my God, what do I do? And she picks up her phone and she calls her brother. And he picks up right away and she goes,
11, 12, and 13.
The brother's like, I will be there in 10 minutes. Do
Did
not
Carter
leave
end
your
up putting it
bedroom
on the
and
pole?
do anything, stay
Nope,
on the
Carter
phone
must
with
have
me.
left.
So Melissa's shaking out of fear, and she gets up as slowly as she can, and she walks over to the window to get as far away from the door, which was locked, as she possibly could. And she's glancing out the window, waiting to see her brother pull up. And she listens for any sign that this person downstairs has begun walking upstairs. Finally, Melissa sees out of the corner of her eye her brother's car pulls up across the street, and he, along with her younger brother, hop out and run across the street towards her house. Then hop over the fence, and they run down the alley between her house and her neighbors, and they go towards the back out of sight. She's still on the phone with him, and she's saying, "Do you see him? Do you see him? Do you see him? Do you see him?" And he says, "Hold on." He goes to the back of the house where he knows you can look in and basically see the whole first floor.
All right, Rick,
And as
get
soon
up
as he
there.
gets
I'm
to
gonna give
that
your
spot
ass an
where
EOL.
She's expecting him to give her a report, and he pauses. There's silence in the phone, and she goes, "What do you see?" And he says, "Okay, yep, there is someone in your living room right now. I'm gonna hang up and call the police and I'm gonna
Good
play
luck,
right
boys.
Oh, shit.
Most people don't realize that even accidents that seem
Disqualify
minor
everyone.
financially destroy you when the real costs hit weeks later. If you've been in a car accident recently, even one that seemed minor,
Yeah, disqualify me
you were
too.
just a
Fuck it.
passenger, you need to hear this before it's too late.
Oh, excuse me.
Here's what happens to most people. They walk away from what seems like a minor accident thinking everything is okay. Maybe a little soreness, maybe some minor damage to their car, but nothing serious. Then reality hits. The medical bills start rolling in. Your car needs more repairs
Oh,
than you
caution,
thought.
caution,
You're
caution,
missing work
caution.
because of lingering pain or appointments. Suddenly, what seemed like a small bump in the road becomes a financial nightmare.
Sorry, Kevin, I had you
Here's
trapped.
what nobody
You can
tells
back out
those
now.
first few days after an accident. You're actually owed a
Oh,
huge
Jesus,
check,
they're still
even if the
piling
accident
in.
seemed minor, or
You
you
guys
were just
see
a
the yellow?
passenger and all you have to do is claim it.
Bruh.
Most people never realize this because they're focused on just getting back to normal.
You should be
They
good,
don't
Kevin.
understand
You
that even
coming?
seemingly minor
Oh,
accidents
what was that
provide
stutter?
significant compensation,
We're
not just for obvious
Looks like
damages,
we're all
but for
down.
things you might not
Yep.
even think about. But there is a catch. Your accident had to have happened in the past year to qualify for our program. If that's you, you're owed big. This program is designed to help accident victims claim major payouts without the hassle of dealing with insurance, going to court, or paying expensive upfront legal fees. We are looking for 10 more car accident victims who want to try the program for free and get paid maximum compensation in as fast as 30
Come on,
days.
Rick, catch up or you're
I'll
getting
tell you about
kicked.
Jessica.
Yeah, bitch.
Her accident seemed minor, so
I don't
she
know
almost
who
got
that
me
was that
reported.
spun in front of us,
Just a
but
small rear-end
I'd like to
collision,
mark
a
him
little
down,
neck
but I don't
stiffness,
even know
no
who it
big
was
deal.
without watching the
2
replay.
weeks later, she was dealing with ongoing pain, multiple doctor visits, and car problems she hadn't noticed initially. When Jessica discovered our program, she learned
It
she
was
was
a red
entitled to
car.
$100,000
That's about all I
for
can
what she
really
thought was
remember.
just a minor bump. She received her
Thought it was
compensation in
oranges,
33
maybe.
days.
It
I
might
don't
have
think
been.
it was.
Reality. Insurance companies are counting on you thinking your accident wasn't serious enough to pursue significant
Everybody out
compensation.
here to get a
We want you to
we're good.
focus on the minor
No, we should be good,
immediate damage
unless
while
you need
ignoring
it.
all the other ways
I'm
the
good.
accident has impacted
Gonna
your
be no
life.
damage.
This program cuts through
We won't
all
have
that.
no damage.
I didn't tell
exactly how to
any of
calculate
them
the
that.
true cost of your accident,
Yeah, that's
including
good.
medical expenses, lost wages,
Then they'd be a little
ongoing
more
treatment,
respectful with the
pain and
driving
suffering,
if they know that if they think
things
they
you
got
might not have
damage
even
on.
considered yet.
Oh,
Even if you think
ankle
your accident
pop.
was minor, even if you were just a passenger, even if you walked away feeling fine,
You
could
on the
be
inside,
entitled to
Kev?
substantial compensation. To take advantage of this program before spots are gone, just answer a few quick questions about your accident.
See
It
if I
takes
can get
about
rolling
20
this
seconds
fucking
and can
top.
completely change your financial
I think there's
situation.
that orange and black
The site
car
will
up there,
instantly
Kev.
tell you if you qualify
I think
and
it
help
was
you find
too.
out how much you could be owed for your accident. If you qualify, an accident specialist
How am
will
I
handle
the
everything for you.
How am I the
You
leader?
don't have to fight with insurance
Oh,
companies
shit.
about whether your accident was serious enough. You don't have to figure out
Because we
complicated
fucked up.
paperwork.
Just keep
They know
running it.
exactly how to present your case to get you the compensation you deserve. Think about what it would mean to discover you're entitled to tens of thousands of dollars for an accident you thought wasn't worth
Oh,
pursuing.
motherfucker.
That money could cover all those
At one point I
unexpected
was.
costs and give you financial security you didn't even know you were missing.
That time I was that
Don't
black
make
and
the
orange
mistake
one.
of assuming your accident wasn't serious enough to matter. The
Robbie
financial
Bryant,
impact
ain't it?
often doesn't show up until weeks or months later.
Am I right, Kevin, on the name?
Compensation
Robbie
opportunities
Bryant?
have deadlines,
Yep.
but you need to act fast. We're only taking 10 more cases, and that 1-year deadline is real. After that, you could lose the opportunity to claim what you're owed Click the link, answer a few
Kevin,
quick
I'm gonna give us
questions, and see what
EOLs,
you
and
really
that
entitled
should put
to.
us to the
It
tail.
might be the most valuable 20 seconds
I'm gonna
you
give you
spend
the
all year.
I'm gonna give you
Do
the
it now,
EOL first,
before the spots are filled and your window closes.
and then I'm gonna give me the EOL.
Now, Melissa knew what she heard was very real to her, but to
Oh,
have
man,
it
look, having a
confirmed
cute car
by her brother right now took this to a whole nother level of fear. Now she's legitimately fearing for her life. There is a person, an intruder in my house right now. Confirmed. They are right downstairs.
Messed
They've
up
been
and
coming
gave me
into
and
my
Kevin
house
a wave
probably
around when I
for
shouldn't have,
weeks.
so I'm
And so
putting
her
us back
brother
to the
hangs
tail.
up the phone and begins calling the police. Meanwhile, Melissa is just standing in this room, horrified, as she listens to a stranger walk around the first floor of
We
her
should
house.
be good
But
now.
because she was hearing the footsteps clearly downstairs, she decided she would
Are-
just walk over to
are
her
you guys
door and look through
serious?
the keyhole, which was oversized on her door.
You want me to
If
boot
look
'em?
through it and over
No,
to the
they're
left,
fine.
you'd actually look downstairs to the first floor. You'd only see a sliver of the first floor. Very carefully, she walks her way over to the door, and as she
You guys
kneels
gonna get up
down
here?
to look through the keyhole,
Yeah.
her phone
I
rings.
can't.
It was in her
Let me
pocket,
know
and
if they
it
say
wasn't on
anything in the
silent.
chat,
It
because
was
I
on
really
loud.
can't.
It
I
was
can't
her
even
brother
hear the
calling
chat.
her.
Hey,
And she
nobody
kind of
said
fumbles for her
anything.
phone, she drops it on the ground, it's still ringing, and she finally silences it. And then reflexively,
Rick's
she
the only
pokes her
one
head
that
back,
did. He
looks
said
through
he
the
is
keyhole,
fixing
and
setting.
standing at the bottom of
That's
the
why
stairs,
he's
looking
lagging
up at her,
behind.
is a man with
That's
a
why I
hat pulled
told him
over
it
his
was
eyes who's
understandable.
clearly heard the sound,
Yeah.
and he begins walking up the stairs. She's falling over backwards, screaming at the top of her lungs to get her brothers inside. She hears them come charging inside. She
We
hears
should
this
be
epic
to a number of
struggle
cars
upstairs,
now where
and
the
she hears
racing
this
should go
person
pretty
who's in
clean
her house, 'cause
already.
there's a voice she didn't recognize, screaming, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
There's only about
And then
10
it's quiet.
cars on the
And
track.
so she opens that door because she wants to help if she can, and she looks and she
It's
sees
scoring
her
you a
brothers
lap
have this man
down right now,
pinned on
David.
the stairs. He's not moving, and she sees her younger brother is holding
I'll
something.
fix that if I get
And he
another
holds it
yellow.
up to her and he just shakes his head, and it's a freaking knife. And then she puts it together that the stranger in her house was carrying this knife. And before she can even take
Or you
that
just take the wave
information,
around and I'll
the older
clear your
brother
flag,
takes the hat
whatever
off of
happens.
this guy, and it's their mother's ex-boyfriend from 10 years ago.
I didn't mean cause the yellow.
Same one they all believe had an inappropriate attraction to Melissa. Police show up and take him away, and he quickly admitted to sneaking into her house for months. They don't know how he got in, and he would never tell them, but he admitted that, yeah, I was
get you a
breaking in
wave
almost
around.
every single night. But he never gave a good reason why. He just started doing it. He cited mental illness as the likely culprit for why he was doing it, and the family believed this could be something more sinister.
There's a guy on
but
his
either
side.
way, he was given 3 years in jail, and the family, once again, cut all ties with him.
Yeah, it's that Rick guy.
Caster ads from Amazon to anywhere.
If he's still on, if he's still on
I
the
remember
side,
from the race.
In February of 2013, a young woman named Kim finally moved out of her parents' house, and she moved into this tiny little apartment that she
should I go single
absolutely
file
loved.
restart
Kim
maybe?
had severe social anxiety. She could
Damn.
not stand being out in public, talking to people she didn't know, and so she would do everything in her power to stay indoors. She had a job that didn't require her to travel, and so having this little apartment was like her little oasis. When
Maybe
she was
that'll help
there,
out.
she was
Yeah,
safe.
I know
She
we
had
fucking
literally
rolled a couple
practically
laps
running
before we
to
got
her
a
car
caution, but I
and
think
running
going
back
single
so she
file
didn't
might
have
let
to
us
talk
get
to
to the
anyone.
end.
In those first few weeks she was living there, as much as she tried to avoid all contact with other people, there was one
This
person
is
she was
exactly
kind of
why I
forced
didn't
to
want to
have
add
an
the
interaction
race
with,
tomorrow
and
though,
that was
because
the
there's
landlord.
no way
And
I'd
her
be able to
landlord
run in
turned out
that
to be this
minute,
awesome
you know.
old woman named
Impossible.
Olivia, who really took a liking to Kim and
Not
kind of
tonight,
looked at
buddy.
Kim as like her daughter.
'Cause
And
it's
Kim
already
was
too late.
surprised at herself for
T-boned somebody
wanting
that was
to
already
interact with
crashed
everyone.
because I
She
was
very
working on trying to
comforting.
throw a
She was
yellow.
a nice lady. And so even though they didn't actually interact that much, they developed this relationship where Olivia liked to make food,
Where
and
you
she'd
at,
come over to
Kevin?
Kim's door, and she'd knock, and she'd leave it outside
like
of her door, and she
sixth,
didn't
fifth,
expect
fifth,
Kim to come
sixth.
out and talk to her. She knew Kim was uncomfortable being out in public, and so she didn't push her to do that. Instead, she just expected her to eat some nice food, and whenever Kim was done eating, to put her dishes back outside the door, and Olivia would take it up, and she would go clean it, and that was that. And so Kim really grew to love Olivia, and was very happy to have her there. It was like she made her feel safe. 2 months after moving into this tiny little new apartment, Kim started taking a new medication for her anxiety. Now, historically, she'd
Bottom
taken a whole
working
bunch
3
of
and
different
4 if I don't let her
medications,
slide
and
off
knew
on me
when
on
you
exit.
start a new one, it's not uncommon to have a whole bunch of side effects that you're not used to, and they're kind of awful, and you need some time to get used to them. So at the same time she's taking this new medication, she starts to notice that she's forgetting things. Things in her apartment are being put in places she does not remember putting them. And things are going missing and she can't remember where she put them. And so even though she was expecting side effects from this new drug, she was really frustrated with the memory loss. She also noticed this medication made her exceptionally drowsy to the point where most days she had to take a nap for 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the day just to get through it. Because Kim had such intense anxiety about being on pills, she did not want to go to the doctors to get a different prescription.
I seen that car doing that 360 and I knew I had to hold the bottom
because that
to the slider.
Necessitate a whole bunch of interactions with people she doesn't want to interact with. And so she decided, you know what, I'm just going to take my medication, I'm going to let myself adjust to this new normal, and everything will be just fine. During the time period that she's
getting loose.
All these side effects that she is attributing to her new medication,
Oh,
she got a
what's
delivery
going on
from
there?
Olivia. It was a Greek salad that she knew Kim loved.
What was that about?
Kim's psyched about
I
this
have no
Greek
idea.
salad. She brings it in her apartment, and she
But
decides, you
he's
know what I'm
the
going to do? I say to
Gary
myself, I'm going to go in my bedroom, I'm going to turn on Netflix, and I'm going to eat this salad in bed. It's going to be awesome. And so she's sitting in bed,
Calm
she's
it down,
eating her salad,
Howard,
she's
or I'll have
watching
to kick you.
Portlandia, and then she falls asleep right in the middle. Like as she's eating her salad, she's falling asleep. She's so tired. When she woke up, she's like, wow, I've never fallen asleep that hard and that fast before. And she's literally still got the fork in her hand for eating her salad. And then she notices on the other side of the bed, the left side of the bed, the sheets are all disturbed, like someone has been laying there. And Kim always sleeps on the right side of the bed. It was almost like a compulsion for Kim that she could never sleep on the left side, like it was bad luck. And she reaches her hand out and she feels that side of the bed.
I hope he's not signed up for the 360 event.
And so she quickly thinks to herself, well, I guess I must have rolled over and laid on that side of the bed and then rolled back to this side.
Look at this 511.
Right back in the
I
same
threw a
position
slider
I was
line
in
in
with
3 and
the
4
salad
and ran the
fork
top
still
of 1
in
and
hand.
2 and set my
And
fast
that's what it kind of clicks in her head, like, that's not possible. That's not possible. So what does that mean? Does that mean someone's in my apartment right now? And so she leaps out of bed, she gets her phone, she enters 911, and she's ready to dial it, and she flips on all the lights in her apartment, she's running around, and there's no one in her apartment. The apartment's still locked, everything's normal. And so she puts her phone away, and her heart's still racing, she's very stressed out about what's just happened. Because in her mind, in the back of her mind anyways, she knows she didn't roll over. That didn't happen. This is when Kim began to wonder, are all these strange happenings in my apartment connected to what just happened now? Because this incident right here does not feel medication side effect driven. And so all of a sudden she's looking at the other weird things in her apartment, like the missing toothbrush and the missing shoes and things getting moved around.
Oh shit, sorry Kevin.
And it dawns on her that maybe she's been blind to something else happening. Maybe someone is breaking into her apartment. So for the next couple of days, Kim
I'll take the UL on that one.
To see if there was any indication of somebody breaking into her apartment. At any point, and there was nothing. She always locked the door. She always kept the windows shut. The only thing that stood out to her was when she woke up in the mornings, her bedroom had a very distinctive smell to it. It wasn't her smell, and it wasn't a smell she was used to. It was like another person's smell, and it really freaked her out. She decided it's time to tell my parents. And so when she tells her parents, she's describing out loud what's been going on in her apartment. It's the first time she's hearing herself say this
Leave it to a tow truck operator.
Way more scary than it did in her own head. And so as she's telling them, she's becoming scared to go back to her apartment.
Hey, it's me.
Well, I'm trying to find out how to get myself a black or the UL.
Speed in the pits.
How you speak.
Up there.
You just need to
Get it.
Yep.
If you want EOL, just speed in the pits.
I mean, I guess that does work too.
Damn, I was all the way up there getting ready to make a good move on Kevin, and I fucked up. I threw the slider a lap too early. I knew I did. I just couldn't tell if he was all the way on the top or in the middle, and he happened to be in the middle.
I felt certain earning my bachelor's degree would open up
I was hoping to be able to slide up to about where he was and then hold my line there.
That's why I like VR.
Knowing that I wasn't going to have to start over again
kind of look
and
over.
repeat classes was one of the best feelings I've ever had. Life's too short to repeat the work
And
you've already done.
just the depth perception makes it nice.
And her dad picks up on that and says,
So I can put it right on
you.
your bumper.
We'll look around your apartment and we'll make sure it's safe and secure. and then on the way out, we'll check in with your landlady and we'll let her know what's going on, so she's brought in, and everything's gonna be fine. They go back to the apartment,
cushion
go
there a little
inside,
bit.
and when you walk in,
Shouldn't do
everything
that.
looks normal. They kind of do a walk through the apartment, looks normal.
I don't think that's a good thing to do.
Leaves, he says, hey, let me just do a closer inspection of your whole apartment. Let me look everywhere and make sure there's not like some special way to get in here, just to give you peace of mind. And so he went into her bedroom.
4 laps remaining.
Lifting up the mattress and looking underneath, and then he opens up her
Spider
closet.
in 3 and
There's
4,
big
top
closet,
1 and 2,
lots
Kev.
of clothes in there. It's not quite a walk-in closet, but it's big enough you can easily stand in there. And her father reaches in and splits the clothes and uses
There
his
you
light
go.
to look at all of the back walls.
See how
pushes
Wes
on
just
it, taps
slid
on
out
it,
from
sees if
underneath
there's
that
any
view
sort
on
of special
exit?
compartment. There's not. But before he walks out again, he notices a little blurb of writing on the bottom right corner of the inner wall, an area that you could only see if you were standing in the closet looking for strange things on the wall of the inside of this closet. He kneels down to take a look at it, and it's this little
Now all of
tiny
a sudden
blurb
you're
of text
pounding
that
on the
says,
fucking
"Come
old
back
boy's
here so
front
I can
rear
look at
bumper,
you."
huh?
And the only way you could write it is if you were laying down in this tiny little
Good
corner
job, Dave.
facing the exit of the closet.
Should
And
not
that's
be
when her
trying to run
father
the top of
looks
3
at
and
the
4 right
bottom of
now.
the closet, and one of the slats on
Because I
the
tell
closet
Kevin
door
not to
was
do
missing.
it, and then I
so
start
in
doing it
theory,
every lap.
If you were someone that was writing
Fucking
this message,
dumbass.
you'd be laying down, or your eyes would be
Last
looking
Carter's up there
flat
making it work,
right
though.
at her bed. Her father put it together, and he stood up. He walked out to his daughter, and he said, "Come over here." He showed her what's in her closet, and he said, "Did you write that?" And she goes, "No." And he goes, "All right, it's time to leave." They walk outside, they go to his
Good
truck,
move,
and he
Kev.
calls the police, and he says, "Someone's breaking into my daughter's apartment." Police show up, and using CCTV footage, they capture a grown man regularly going into Kim's apartment in the middle of the night, and he clearly has a key.
Now you're
It
getting
would
more
turn out to
confident
be
with that
Olivia's
slider and really
grown
throwing it in
son
there in
named
3 and
Henry,
4.
who lived with her, who apparently, as soon as he saw Kim for the first time, he fell madly in love with her and became very obsessed with her, and he developed this fake relationship in his mind where he believed he and Kim were dating, even though Kim didn't even know Henry existed. She didn't
Alright,
even know
so
he
I
was living with
started
Olivia.
all the
She'd
way in the
never seen
back
him
and
before.
finished
During
6th.
questioning,
Let's
Henry said
go.
what he did
Good job.
is he got sleeping pills and he ground them up, and anytime his mother was delivering food to Kim, which she loved to do, and she was always excited about it, so she was talking about it so he would know it was happening, he would put sleeping pills in her food, he would mix it in, and then he knew as soon as it was delivered, she would be asleep.
Started
And he would use his
22nd,
mother's
finished
spare
6th.
key to go into the apartment, and what he said he did is he never touched her. He never laid a hand on Kim. Instead,
Oh, I was
he
the
laid
20
next
card.
to her in bed or watched her from inside
That'd
the
be a
closet.
good
So
iRating
for the
game.
4 months that Kim lived in this
With
apartment,
zero
where she
X.
believed every time she came inside and shut the doors that she was kind of away
Protect
from
the slider
society,
line.
she could just be alone in her bubble. Well, in reality, there was some psychopath
Hell
just
yeah.
a few feet away from her almost the entire
job.
time. When Olivia found
Back
out
up
about all
to
of this, she made a point to tell
1700.
Kim
Good
she
job,
had nothing
Kevin.
to do with it, and she was terribly sorry, but their friendship ended.
Sorry, David. I told him to protect that motherfucker because I
On
knew he was
October
probably going to
17th,
throw it.
1941,
Oh, I was gonna do it either way.
Was supposed to join his friends for
Protect
dinner,
that
but he
motherfucking
never
slider
showed up.
line. It's
His
coming.
neighbors
I
knew
was
Phil was
right
living
on his
alone at the time
fucking
because his
ass,
wife
entering
was
that
old
corner,
and
so I was like,
broken
I'm
down, was in
staying
the
high.
hospital. And so
I'm
they
staying
were worried
high.
about Phil being on his own.
I know it was
They thought,
kind
you
of a
know what,
shit
let's
show,
just be
Carter, but
sure,
good
let's
job
call
on the
the
win, man.
police and have them go over and check on him. When the police arrived at his house, they opened the door, no answer. They tried the door handle, it was
I
locked.
can't hear
They tried
nothing.
the other door, that was locked.
I
Yeah,
don't know
well,
what.
They looked in the
Oh,
windows,
did he?
it was
Yeah, I
all
gotta
dark.
figure that shit
They had
out.
to get another neighbor who had a key to open the door for them. When they stepped inside, there was
I
blood
got my
everywhere,
fucking
walls,
voice
on the
chat
ceiling,
turned all the way
everywhere.
up.
And in the middle of the kitchen,
I just
as
cannot
Phil
figure out
Peters,
why it
face
won't
down,
do it.
He has been bludgeoned to death. The police immediately draw their weapons and they're looking around
Voice
the house
chat.
thinking someone could still be here.
Voice chat
And they clear the
audio
whole house,
off.
and there's no
Well,
one
what
there.
the
So a whole
fuck?
bunch of detectives converge
That's
on the
why.
house, they start
I
investigating.
can't believe I
They
didn't see
realize
that a
pretty
minute
quickly
ago.
how strange the scene
I am gonna go
was.
play
Nothing in
something
the
else
house
and
was
try and
vandalized.
relax.
Nothing in the house was stolen.
You got that
And
Pornhub
Phil
game?
himself was just a very
Maybe.
modest, retired auditor.
That's always
Someone who had
relaxing.
enemies,
I'd
and so
play
the
it too.
revenge
Ooh.
angle didn't
That's
necessarily
fun in
make much
VR.
sense.
All right,
But
man.
then
It's
y'all-
fun in
when
VR.
the
Oh,
police found his
God.
body, the house
I
was
bet
shut
it is.
and
You can
locked,
almost taste
and
it.
there was no sign of Phil. And so
Y'all have a
whoever
good
was
night,
in
Get
there
the
with
right
Phil at the time of his
circumstances, you
death
can
must
definitely
have
smell it.
known Phil, and not have a key of their own or have Phil open the door for them. So it made investigators wonder what would motivate some person that's in Phil's inner circle to commit such a heinous crime when the obvious angles, such as theft, vandalism, revenge have basically been crossed off. Not to mention, there was virtually no evidence of who could have done this, with the exception of the murder weapon, which was this big piece of metal called a stove shaker. But the person who had used it to kill him had taken the time to meticulously wipe it off. So there was nothing on it, no fingerprints, no anything. So for months, detectives agonized over this case, but they got nowhere. 9 months later, a housekeeper was hired by Phil's widow to help around the house now that Phil was gone. And she said as soon as she moved in, she started hearing strange tapping sounds all through the house, but didn't think anything of it. And so that day, the day she's calling police, she's alone in the Peters residence, and she hears the tapping, and it's coming from the kitchen. And she thinks, oh, it's got to be a woodpecker just outside the house, outside the window. And she said as she looked into the kitchen, on the other side of the kitchen was a door that opened up to a flight of stairs that went to the second floor. She said it was slowly opening. And out from behind comes this white hand that reaches to the side of the door and begins to pull it open. And she screams, and the hand retracts back into the space. And then she hears it storm up the stairs and run around on the upstairs before going silent again. She ran out of the house, and she ran to a neighbor's house to call the police. The police immediately go to the house, and they go inside, guns drawn, and they're looking for this person because they're thinking perhaps the murderer is back. And they're looking all through the house, and there's nothing. There's not even a sign of a break-in. And so the police go back to the house and to Miss Peters. They explain that we couldn't find anyone, but given the history of your house, we don't think it's safe for you to be in there. And so the housekeeper didn't go back, and Miss Peters was moved back to the hospital where she could be looked after during the police investigation. At this point, the police decide we're going to permanently stake out this house. We're going to have 2 detectives that are outside this house watching it at all times. And so 2 detectives go, and they're sitting outside, and for a couple of days, they're not seeing anything, they're not hearing anything, and they decide to just go inside and have a look around. They both
I don't know, man. My legs have been hurting like this for the past 3 fucking days, man, and it's not getting any better.
Ready to leave, they hear what sounds like a doorknob turning upstairs. They both heard it, so they go upstairs and they start searching different rooms. And one of the detectives goes into the bedroom and opens up a closet, and past all the clothes, bottom left-hand corner, he sees a foot dart into a little space in the back corner of the closet. And without any hesitation, this guy jumps head first into the closet and grabs the foot of this mystery person who's crawling into a tiny little panel in the back of a closet. And he holds on to this person who's fighting with their life to get away, and he starts pulling them out, and he's yelling.
How, when that's my job, dude?
He comes charging in. They both grab this person, and they yank this person out, and they would describe him as the strangest looking person they had ever seen.
I think I might need to go to the VA hospital, to be completely honest.
So dirty, it appeared gray. His name was Theodore Conies, and he had been living in this house for a year. Before Conies moved in, he had fallen on hard times, he was sleeping in alleyways, and as it started to get colder in September of 1941, he decided he would approach his longtime friend, Phil Peters, and he would ask him for some money and maybe an opportunity to crash at his house for a couple of days. But as it happened, when he got to Phil's house, Phil wasn't there. Phil was at the hospital visiting his wife who had a broken hip. And so the house was vacant. And Conies saw an opportunity
fuck it.
and he broke in. And at first his plan was just to steal food, get warmed up a little bit, and then leave. But he noticed when he was looking through the house for things to take that in the back of one of these closets was a panel that led to this tiny little almost secret attic space that wasn't being used for anything because it was impossibly small. You'd have to be incredibly skinny just to get through the little square opening that would bring you into this little space. And then once you got in, you could only get in by slithering head first in. You couldn't stand up. You had to be laying the entire time. You couldn't extend your legs all the way if you're a full-grown adult. So you're kind of tucked up in almost like a pseudo-fetal position. But Conies saw this as a huge upgrade from living on the streets, and he decided that this is where he's going to live for the winter. And so he went around the house gathering supplies between blankets and food and water, and he filled his tiny little space. And then he went back downstairs and he locked the front door again, made sure everything looked the way it was when he showed up, and he went into his little space and shut the door behind him. And when Phil came home that night, he didn't notice anything, and for the next several weeks, Phil never noticed a thing. Every time Phil would leave, Conies would sneak out, go downstairs, make himself some coffee, get a bite to eat, then go back up to his little space. He even cut into the house's wiring system and stole one of Phil's radios, brought it into the cubby with him, attached it to the new wiring.
That would make sense.
And he got to listen to the news, so he didn't feel so isolated from the outside world. But about a month later, Conies leaves his little spot to go downstairs because he thinks Phil is gone. He gets to the kitchen, he's going through the fridge. When he shuts the fridge, he looks over, and there's Phil standing there looking at him like, what are you doing in my kitchen? In a panic, Conies grabs the stove shaker and beats Phil to death. Not knowing what else to do, he wipes off the murder weapon, leaves it where it is. He goes in the fridge, he gets some more food and drink, and he goes right back up to where he lives. He would follow the investigation of Phil Peters' death on his radio, curled up inside of Phil Peters' house. Conies was quickly found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison. After hearing his sentence read to him, he says out loud, "Now I feel safe. I'll have a better home than I've had in years." So that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's stories. And if you found today's secret, please let us know in the comments what it is and where you found it. The first one to do that will get pinned. If you enjoyed the video today and you haven't already, please offer the like button a beer, but then give them an O'Doul's. Also, please subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. If you want to get in touch with me, you can direct message me on Instagram or on Twitter. My username for both platforms is the same. It's just John Ballin 416. I also have a ton of content over on TikTok.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Mr. Ballin. If you have a story suggestion, please submit it to our subreddit just called Mr. Ballin. It's linked in the description below. So whether I see you on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, or some combination, just know that I really appreciate your support. And until next time, that's going to do it. See ya.
Never ever sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a better way to get compensated that's faster, easier, and could get you way more money without spending years in court or paying expensive lawyers up front. If you've been in a car accident within the past year, even if you were just a passenger, what I'm about to share could save you months of hassle and put tens or even hundreds of thousands more in your pocket. Here's what most people do. They either accept whatever small check insurance sends them, or they hire a lawyer up front and prepare for a long, expensive legal battle. Both options leave you frustrated.
Today's top story takes a sudden, wild detour that you will not see coming. Honestly, I'm shocked it's taken me until now to cover this one. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right channel because that's all we do, and we upload 3, 4, even 5 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please point at the like button's shirt and tell them they have something on it. When they look down, flick them in the nose. Also, please subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's stories. Aaron Ralston studied mechanical engineering, French, and piano, and then upon graduation, he moved to the Southwest and took a job as an engineer. But 5 years into his corporate job, he realized he hated it, so he quit and moved to Colorado to pursue his real passion in life, which was mountain climbing. On April 25th, 2003, Ralston takes a trip to Utah where he plans to explore the Canyonlands National Park. He slept in his truck that night, and the next morning at about 9:15 a.m., he gets up, and it's this beautiful Saturday morning. He hops on his bike, and he bikes 15 miles to Blue John Canyon. The canyon was an 11-mile gorge that at certain places was as narrow as 3 feet across. And so Aaron locks up his bike and he begins walking through this canyon. About 6 hours later at 2:45 p.m., Aaron is right at this section of the gorge that's getting really, really narrow. And below him is about 100 feet down to the bottom of the desert floor. He was going to walk with both feet on either wall because it's so narrow and kind of Spider-Man his way through this section of the canyon. But as he began that maneuver, a huge 800-pound boulder became dislodged above him, and it comes tumbling down, and he barely gets out of the way, but it lands on his arm, and it pins his arm against the wall, and he can't move, and he's suspended 100 feet off the ground, and he's 20 miles away from the nearest paved road. Immediately, he tries to pull his hand free and push the rock off, but it's not going anywhere. And that's when it dawns on him that he didn't tell anybody he was going to be in this gorge today. No one knows he's here, and he's so far away from anyone that can help him, and he doesn't have a cell phone, he doesn't have a radio, he's got no way to communicate with anyone who could potentially help him. I don't know. Now, the position he was in was not him dangling by his arm 100 feet off the ground. He was able to position himself against the rocks where he wasn't dangling. He was able to sit fairly comfortably besides his arm being crushed, and he was able to use the rock that actually had pinned him there as a sort of table or something to lean up against. And after he calms down a little bit, after a few minutes, he reaches back and he pulls his bag out in front and he starts taking inventory of what he has. And all he had was 12 ounces of water, so just a single water bottle, and he had 2 burritos and some candy bar crumbs. That was all he had. In terms of tools, all he had was this crummy multi-tool. And it did have a little knife that extended off the end, and almost immediately he takes that multi-tool and begins chopping away at this boulder to try to see if he can maybe crack it and push half of it off. But he's finding out very quickly that it's completely futile. It is not moving. It is an enormous boulder. It's not going anywhere. He can't possibly break it with this crappy little multi-tool. As the sun began to set, Aaron started thinking really seriously about trying to cut his arm off. But again, all he has is this multi-tool and this crappy little dull knife, and he's thinking there's no way I can cut through my arm. There's bone in there. I can't possibly saw through the bone.
Did you just
And so
open?
very disheartened, he puts his multi-tool away.
Apparently
and he begins to
not a
nurse the
country at
water and
all.
Slowly eat the food and thinks maybe some miracle will happen where over the next couple of days, someone will be within earshot. I can yell to them and they can come get me, or maybe someone will see me when they're hiking overhead. I can just wait it out. But by the 5th day, he had run out of water.
Sir,
becoming
you want to play some
delirious.
Ark?
He was actually drinking his own urine at this point.
Yeah.
And he expected to die overnight. And so with his multi-tool, he etched his name into the rock, and then underneath it, he etched the date he expected to die, which was
I have
the next
not
day.
played in
And
a
then
few
after
days.
that, he put his multi-tool down, and he did have a camera with limited battery, and he pulled that out, and selfie style, he filmed
Yeah,
goodbyes to
my
his
knees
family.
are fucked, dude.
Create spellbinding campaigns with full funnel advertising.
Just absolutely fucked.
Welcome. What would you say to a...
What would you do, dude? What would you do, sir?
My parents
I
are
would
Larry Ralston of Englewood, Colorado.
ice heat, and then
Motherfucker, if I had ice.
Be sure of it. I would appreciate it.
After he was done filming, he put the camera away and he leaned up against the rock.
what is it
fully
called?
expected to
Icy
die.
hot?
But he
Tiger
starts to have this
Bomb.
really
Tiger
intense
Bomb is
dream where he sees
amazing.
himself playing with a child.
Way better than
and
Icy
he's
Hot.
missing his
If I
right
had
arm.
it.
And he takes that as a sign that he's supposed to chop his arm off and get out of here alive and go start a family. And so he wakes up from this dream and suddenly all he wants to do is survive. And he looks at his arm, which is already starting to decompose at this point, and he thinks to himself, I know I can't cut through bone, but what if I'm
Do you
able
see what
to
I posted
break
in
my
the
arm
general?
clean through, I can take this blade and cut through the break in the bone. And so he began testing using the
On
edge
your
of the rock
Discord?
as a fulcrum to see if he'd be able to break his arm using the torque of pushing
I
it
don't
over
know
the edge
what
of the
that
rock.
is.
And when he started to sense it was
In the
possible,
general
he took a deep breath,
text channel on
broke
your
his arm.
Discord. Do you
Yeah,
see
I
what I
know.
posted?
Yeah, I
Over the
don't
next
know what that
hour,
picture
He
is.
would painstakingly saw through.
Doesn't it look like the
entire
back
arm.
rooms?
Once his arm was free,
That's
he
what I was
couldn't
thinking,
believe it.
but
He
I've
actually
never,
smiled when he
you know,
saw his
done
arm still
anything
pinned
with the
underneath
back
the
rooms.
rock because of his sheer will to
That's
live.
somewhere I was today.
High on adrenaline,
He was in the back rooms, chat.
out of this canyon.
That's an
with his
actual
one arm.
place.
He gets to the
Like-
trail and he runs 6 miles and he happens to run into a group of
Legit
hikers.
felt like when I went through that door, I was just gonna come right back into the same room again, you
They
know?
call 911 and medics arrive and they save Aaron's life. Following Aaron Ralston's rescue, they went back to retrieve his arm. But in order to move that boulder, they had to bring out 13 park rangers, a hydraulic jack, and a winch, and all this heavy equipment, and they were barely able to move it. And they told Aaron, had you still been in place, there's no way we could have placed the equipment without killing you. So basically, you had to cut your arm off in order to get out of there. There was no other way out. And so for Aaron, I'm sure that felt pretty good to feel like you cut your arm off and that was the right decision. They would take his arm and they would cremate it and give the ashes.
Alright, you ready?
And Aaron, after having his cremated arm for a couple of days, decided, no, I need to put this where it belongs. And so Aaron went back out to the canyon where he had
This is our
trapped
first run
and
back.
scattered his ashes over the boulder that had nearly killed him.
After a
In
hiatus, so I'm
2010,
going
Aaron's ordeal was turned into a
freeloady for
huge
sure.
blockbuster movie called 127 Hours, where James Franco plays Aaron Ralston in the movie, and it's an incredible movie.
Man, we ended on such a good note last time. I got 35,357 coins.
Is pretty much a documentary.
We're just gonna go to
because
Buried
James Franco does an
City.
incredible
I'm
job
fucking
portraying his
tired.
emotions and what it was actually
I'm
like
not
to be
willing to
trapped
deal with
underneath this
bullshit tonight.
In 1984, 19-year-old Timothy Molnar was living at home with his parents in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yeah,
while
they've got to
going
do some
school for
rebalancing on the new
aeronautical
stuff.
mathematics. On January 24th, Timothy gets up and begins his day just like every
The
other
new
day.
arc enemies are just too
going downstairs, having a
OP.
bite to eat, and then taking his younger brother Frank to school. Once he dropped Frank off, he drove across town to his university where he had class. But as soon as he parked, he realized he had forgotten his bike. It was something he brought with him everywhere. And so before class started, he went back home, got his bike, put it in his car, turned around, and headed out.
They're either
His
too
mother would
OP
step
or there's
outside
just
and
too
see
many
him
of them,
trailing
you
away
know?
down the road. And that was the last time she or anybody in their family, for that matter,
Yep.
saw him alive.
Yep.
That night, when Tim didn't come home, his family called the police. The police
I think
asked
it's meant
them,
to be
you know,
that way.
Is there any reason he would want to run away? Is he in trouble? Is there anything going on? And
I don't know, a lot of people have been having the exact same complaints. All right.
This is Shani. Keep your eyes peeled, Raider. We have field depots scattered all around topside. You're looking for makeshift structures with blue tarps and an antenna on top.
This was not like this before. Like the dust storm.
Someone's already looted this.
Deflated football.
Tom Brady was in here? I didn't know Tom Brady played video games. What the fuck? Alright, they're over there. Like over there.
Dude, that long run I just didn't tap into my stamina at all.
I think someone's on the other side of that house. I don't feel like taking any damage.
What are you doing?
I'm going back so I can get down there.
Dude, it's... The road's right here, you slide on it. It's not just a fall off.
Oh, I thought it was.
No. I went part of the way down and then jumped onto this roof.
Ow. Okay. What is this? That sign's got me intrigued. Can we get in here? We can. A toaster
I got a
is
stairwell.
fabric. Nothing else in here. Me and my old ass body.
Security breach is needed to open that. There
Ain't
really wasn't
shit
much
in here.
here.
Actually, instead of fucking around, we can go here.
Go to the town hall.
High tier. That's close.
Right there.
Down there.
Bro, I saw a TikTok earlier of someone
we
just
have a
absolutely
zip line.
sweating their dicks off. Oh, what's that?
What's what?
Something just dropped right here. Look, there's the balloon. There it is.
Is that the supply drop?
Might be. Breach and search. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, I think this is the supply drop.
Oh my god. Fuse grenade, bandage, shotgun ammo, light ammo, shotgun ammo, rattler, light ammo, heavy ammo. Well, if you need anything, just fucking take it, I guess.
Sweet. That's the first time I've requested a supply drop and it actually showed up. So I'm staying wide because
They were
you see
shooting
how
over
the-
here already.
Yeah, and the dust kind of obstructs our movement a little bit.
Watch to the right up here.
I think I just saw a flash over there. Yep. Yep.
Use the camera to your advantage. Yep, they're close.
By the Galleria.
Maybe you should move this way.
There's people to the left as well.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anything. Those people down there could be the same people from right here. A projector, a radio, a rosary.
Yep. Other side of the bridge.
Up there.
Like right there. I think our best bet would be go straight through into that building. Thoughts?
There's really good loot in this.
In or out? Oh, my leg, my leg, my leg, my leg, my leg. Radio, remote control, spring cushion.
Oh, a shotgun choke. That's awesome.
I'll take those. I've never seen those before. Wait, ammo. Fucking portable TV.
Right? I'm completely full on loot, by the way.
I'm not. I don't care either way. If you want to go, we can go. I really don't give a shit. I'm too tired to care.
I didn't know that open. I'm gonna look into it and see what we've got around us. It's got 11 minutes.
I mean, we're pretty close to town hall.
Yeah.
What was that? I say we go for it.
So, if I'm not mistaken, town hall's
Blue mark, 90 meters.
straight ahead.
Yep.
Isn't that right where
No,
you were saying you shouldn't go?
There's people. There was people over there, and there's people over here. I don't know if they're in research or behind it. That's like over in there.
Danger.
Not that, like there.
Down there. Danger. Hornet.
That's probably what they're
Doors
attacking
are
right
open
now.
down here. That flare, do we know if that was red?
No idea, wasn't paying attention. Stop moving. You hear that?
Yeah, they're in this building.
Crouch. Nothing good. How you want to approach this? You want to dip? Or you want to keep going
Probably
up?
dip. I really don't want to fight right now.
Alright, let's get out of here then. There's a hatch. There's one
There's
here.
Eastern Station.
We just both pinged
Or
them.
we can go here to Old Town.
That one has 3 minutes.
Let's head home at the Western Station.
But I feel like Eastern Station would probably be best.
I mean, Western Station might be a good move because less people will be going to it because it's about to close.
Well, let's go to it. I just got startled by a tumbleweed. Someone's still left. Someone is extracting right now. Get cover, get cover, get cover, get cover. He went to the top of the building, it's fine.
Alright.
Alright, so we move
We
this
should
way.
shoot for between these two buildings real quick.
I said we go inside here. Someone's... We're attracting a lot of attention. I'm going upstairs. 90 seconds. How do we get down there?
Right here.
Use the North Roma Metro entrance.
We both go in and we both start. All right.
Yes, sir. Come on, come on.
An ARC orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to Speranza.
Let's go.
Damn, we moved a decent amount.
Yes, we did.
Straight A student, he's got lots of friends, he's super happy, he's well adjusted, he's on a great career path. There's nothing in his life to indicate that he would want to run away or that he's in trouble. I know he doesn't drink or do drugs. There's really nothing. So the police begin their investigation and they start by looking at the family's credit card bills because they knew Tim had a credit card that was connected to the family account. And they found there had been a charge placed the same day he had gone missing in a gas station about 150 miles away. And so the police go out to this gas station and they find someone that had been there when Tim was there. And he was able to describe exactly what he looked like, what his car looked like. And the police ask him, you know, was Tim alone? And the witness says, yeah, he was alone. He was acting totally normal. I saw him go to the store and then I saw him come back out again and that was it. I don't know where he went after the gas station. So for the next couple of days, nothing really happened. There were no leads to operate on and Tim wasn't getting in touch with them, so they just waited. Then on January 30th, so about a week after Tim has gone missing, Tim's family receives a letter from an auto
All right, let's see how we did.
in Atlanta, Georgia. And the letter basically says, there is a car that's sitting in our lot that is registered to your house. You need to come out here and get it. And so the family goes to Atlanta, Georgia to inspect the car. And walk up to it, and there's nothing suspicious about it. There's no scratches on it. The tires are all fully inflated. They look inside and there's no sign of a struggle. There's no blood. There's no debris of any kind. But what they would find inside the car were Tim's credit cards, his
Damn, that
wallet,
shotgun
his
choke's worth
license, and other
2K.
items suggesting that perhaps
Put that on a
Tim
shotgun,
is trying to ditch his old
Yeah, I'm not
identity
gonna sell
and
it.
start a new one. They also noticed a few very expensive items that they knew
I got
were always in his car were
77,000.
now missing. His car stereo, his
I've got
toolbox.
44.
Tim's family stayed in Atlanta for a couple of
27.
days thinking maybe Tim will return to this car, but after a couple of days it was clear that they weren't doing any good sitting there, so they went back to Florida.
Dude, if you want to call it a night, there's no shame in that, man.
Oh, no, it's just that my legs are actually starting to feel better.
Clothes had been taken. There was no suitcase taken. It was like he left with just the clothes on his back. They also checked
That's
his
what that is.
savings
That's
account. He had taken all the money out, but left
relief.
$10. He believed that by leaving that $10, what he was really saying is, "I'm going to come back someday." But
Why
he
do I
didn't
have
come back,
2
and we
damn
never,
surveillance
ever heard about him again. It
keys?
was like he just vanished. A decade after Tim went missing, the TV show Unsolved Mysteries aired a segment about
Spaceport
Timothy
warehouse
and his disappearance
key.
in hopes that the viewers would be able to give
And
them
the
some
patrol car
information about the
key,
case. And
Raider
sure enough,
hatch
a man named
key,
Stephen Collins
Blue
was
Gate
living in
confiscation
Wisconsin,
room
called into the
key.
show and said, without a doubt, I know where Timothy is. He told them this story about how 10 years earlier he was walking around this forested area in Wisconsin when he came to a clearing in the middle of this forest and he saw this lump in the middle of the ground. And he didn't know what it was. It was winter time, so he couldn't tell if it was wood or an animal. And he walked up to it and he looked down and he realized it was this huge block of ice. And when he brushed the snow off the top, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Inside of this huge block of ice is the dead body of a young man. Call would immediately call the police, who'd show up.
Holy
they
shit,
would
my
get the
stash
body
is
out of
full.
the ice, but there was no identifying
Mine
information
isn't.
on him, and he was very badly decomposed at this point, and so they had no way to
I need
identify
another,
him.
what,
And so
13
he
thou?
was buried, and he was unclaimed. But from the second Steve saw that dead body
Classic
in the
parts
ice,
I
that
have
image was seared into his
100,
mind.
200,
And so when the TV show
almost
Unsolved
300
Mysteries
classic
put a picture of
parts.
him up on the screen saying, if you've
Fabric
seen this guy, let us
1,
know.
2,
Steven's
3,
like, oh my
almost
gosh, I recognize those
4,000,
clothes. That's the guy
400
who was dead
cloth.
in the ice block. And so the police go to Wisconsin, they dig up the body.
I have so much shit. I need to just start selling or
It's
crafting
Tim Mullen.
stuff.
Even though Tim's body was almost completely skeletonized at this point, the coroner said there's no sign of trauma to his body. None. However, they weren't able to determine a cause of death. To this day, we have no idea how or why Tim wound up 1,200 miles away, frozen inside of a block of ice.
Dude.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free
I guess he is the
e-commerce
trick.
store, preloaded with
Just need
20
to
hand-picked
point it at
products
my
that are trending
knees.
all over the world, basically validated by AI from a trending product database from one of the top vendors on the planet.
Really?
In
I need 3
2009,
power cable?
25-year-old
Oh
Larry Murillo
man.
Moncada graduated from
That's a little
college,
irritating
moved
because like
back
I've
in
had
with his
all
parents
of
in
these
Iowa. He was
things.
excited about his future, and his parents were extremely proud of
Hold
him.
on.
As soon as Larry moved back
Go
home, the first thing he did
to
was
your
go out and
workshop.
get a placeholder
See if you
job
can't
at the
make
No Frills
power
supermarket,
cables.
which was a local supermarket right in town. He figured, you know what, it's temporary, but I don't want to just sit around all day. I want to do that until I find my career. But even though the job was supposed to be temporary, he found that he kind of loved the job because he loved the people he worked with, and his coworkers would later say that they loved working with him too. But everything in
And
Larry
those
and
snitch
his
scanners,
family's
I
life
keep
would get
selling
turned
them, but
completely upside down in
I need
November
to hold
of
on to
2009.
them.
On November 26th, while a blizzard raged outside, Larry and his family celebrated Thanksgiving inside. After everyone was done eating,
Hell
Larry had an overnight
yeah.
shift at the supermarket. And I don't think his family knew he had this shift. So they were like, oh man, do you really gotta go? The weather's so bad. And he's like, no, I gotta go. I don't mind. And they're like, all right, well, hey, sorry you gotta work. And Larry walks outside and goes to work. The next morning, when he
60
came back
shotgun
from that
shells
shift, his
should
mother
do the
would
trick,
say
right?
something seemed off about him. When he came inside, he was very disoriented. He didn't really know where he was. And his mom's trying to tell him that everything's okay. You know, what's going on? Did something happen out there? And this is when it dawned on her that he could be having an anxiety attack. Just a few years earlier, Larry had had a whole bunch of panic attacks, and he was really struggling with anxiety, and it wasn't until his mom made him go to the doctor and put him on medication that he stabilized. But at this moment, she didn't know if her son was on
Yeah,
any
today was
medication
not
or
a good day.
So just to play it safe, she said, hey,
No, what
let's go to
happened?
the doctor and have you
Just
looked at. You don't
got
seem well."
real
So she brings him to
behind
the
and
doctor,
couldn't
and
catch
the
up
doctor
because of the
quickly
fucking
prescribes
legs,
Larry
dude.
an
It was just
antidepressant.
bad.
They go and fill the prescription, they go back home, and Larry takes one of these antidepressants. But the medication didn't seem to be doing anything because over the course of the day, Larry got progressively more and more stressed out,
Bro, did I or
more
did I
confused
not?
seeming, and eventually he told his mom that he was hearing voices in his head that were telling him his
Yeah,
heart
I've
is beating
upgraded
too
both of
quickly
my
and he
anvils
needs
to
eat
level 3
sugar
now.
to slow down his heart. And his mom is looking at him thinking, what do I do about this? And so all she could think to do was just to stand next to him and kind of comfort him as he sits there eating sugar over the course of the day. Finally that night he would fall asleep, and his mother prayed that over the course of the night that somehow this medication he had been prescribed would kick in and he would wake up and feel better, because so far it really seemed to only be getting exponentially worse. But the next morning when Larry got up, he was just as bad as the night before, except
Weapons,
now he was having these
weapon
vivid
mods,
hallucinations.
quick
He
use.
said there were people in the house that were looking for him. And so he spent the day running around the house, hiding from people in the house that were not actually there. Then finally that night, Larry just kind of loses it and begins screaming at his parents and berating them before suddenly running out the front door without shoes, without a jacket, no wallet.
I'm ready whenever
no
you
cell
are,
phone,
sir.
or anything, and he just runs directly into the blizzard and disappears.
I'm just trying
His
to clean
family
up
was so caught off
my
guard by this
frickin'
happening that it took them a minute to get out the front
inventory
door
so I
after
can
him.
actually
But it was snowing so
get
hard they
stuff
could
for
barely see in
once.
front of their face, and they knew he was gone. So immediately they
Oh,
call the
keep
police,
getting
but
stuff.
the police have the same issue. They can't really go looking for him right now because the visibility was so bad. And so they told his family that we can't really start until tomorrow morning, so hopefully he turns up tonight. So the next day when the weather clears up a little bit, the police go out looking for Larry, and they're asking people in town if they've seen him, and no one's seen Larry. And unfortunately, because it had snowed so much the night before, any of Larry's tracks leading out of Larry's house were now covered over. And so after a couple of days of this, when there's just no sign of this guy, the police say to the family, look, you know, there's not much we can do. We're just going to have to wait to see if he turns up. 10 years later, the No Frills supermarket where Larry used to work was out of business, and it was about to get torn down. And some contractors were sent in to start ripping down the shelving and breaking down the inside of the building. And when they went into the back and began pulling away those huge freezers that keep your milk
I'm
and
going
dairy
free
products
again.
they start pulling those
Not
away from
me,
the
man.
wall.
I want the
Larry's body
safe
comes
box.
tumbling
The
out.
safe spot.
It had been pinned in this tiny 18-inch
You're not
wide
wrong.
space between the back of the freezer and the wall. It's believed on the night Larry ran out of his parents' house barefoot into a blizzard, he ran right up the road and went to the No Frills supermarket. Now, it was closed at the time, but he had access to the back door with the key code because he worked there. And so he went inside and he climbed on top of the freezers, the section of the freezers that jut back into the space that no one in the store can see. And he climbed on top because on top of there, all the workers would kind of congregate up there. It was like a little clubhouse where the workers would avoid the managers for little pockets of the day. And so Larry probably climbed up there because it represented a really happy place for him. And when he got up there, he must have somehow tripped and fallen into the tiny 18-inch space between the freezer and the wall. Investigators believe there's no way he actually got hurt when he fell into this little space. He got wedged in there, but he wasn't harmed. The problem was these huge fans that run constantly to keep the freezer cold were unbelievably loud and would have completely drowned out his cries for help. And so no one knows for sure how long this took, but eventually he would die because no one heard him. Looking back at old Facebook posts around the time that Larry would have been dead.
All right, where do you want to go? Spaceport?
There was a whole bunch of people that were commenting on Facebook that they didn't want to
You
shop
pick, man.
at the No Frills supermarket anymore.
I'm good with whatever.
Apparently there was a really bad smell coming out of the back freezer. So that's going to do it, guys. If you found the secret in today's video, in the
I'm
comments section, tell us
bringing
what it is and at what time you can
320
find it. And the
ammo
first
for my
person to do that
Rattler
will get
2.
pinned at the top of the comment section. If you
I got
enjoyed
60
today's video and
rounds
you haven't
with me.
done this already, please point at the like button's chest and tell them they have something on their shirt. And then when they look down, flick them in the nose. Also, please subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss
In
any of
all
our
honesty, like I don't mind
if you want to
losing
get in
this
touch
stuff.
with me, you can
So
direct message me on Instagram or on Twitter. My username for both platforms is the same. It's just John Ballin416. I also have a ton of content over on TikTok.
I got 100
where my
Raider
username is
tokens.
Mr.
I don't know
Ballin.
how I did.
If you have a story suggestion, please submit it to our subreddit, just called Mr. Ballin. It's linked in the description
Can't buy
below.
anything for
So
100
whether I
Raider
see you on
tokens,
Instagram,
but
Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, or some combination, just know that I really appreciate your support. And until next time, that's going to do it. See you.
The government is banning this $30 This is your last shot to get the original high-powered version. There's a new next-gen electric lighter out there, and it's the most brutal.
I only bought new coils for my vape, and wow,
a couple
does it
days
make a
ago, I was
difference.
researching topics for this channel, and I found this amazing true crime case from the 1980s. And I began researching it, and the first thing that pops up is HBO Max has just released a 6-part docudrama called The Murder at the White House Farms, and it's covering this case. And so I'm like,
Holy shit. We're just out in the open here.
Hold on just a second.
You might want to hurry up.
Hold on, dude. We have so much time.
It's not that. We're out in the open.
You know, I'm just enjoying the open spaces. We live underground.
I'm going to shoot you with my shotgun.
I will blow you up with this fucking grenade.
Okay.
Is there arc around that I have to worry about?
I did hear a helicopter, so...
Just saying, man.
Somebody's already leaving? Jeez.
What's in here? Nothing. Alright, where do you want to go, Mr. Sir? We can go
Can you see where
town
that
hall
is?
if you want.
I think we should scope it.
What's that sound? What the fuck is that sound? You hear that?
I just got an Osprey blueprint. Fucking. Hell yeah. There's shotgun ammo in there.
Anything at all? Nope.
Diving goggles on the table. What?
I saw a light. It was blue. This has got light ammo if you need it.
I hear a voice.
Might want to move. Feel like they're on their side of this building. Cover. It went over top. Let's move.
Up there.
Oh, this is where all that good loot was before.
this isn't lootable this time. I say we run.
Let's get to that building.
Yep.
And we're in. It's open. Rubber parts.
It sounds like player on player.
You wanna go here?
Up there.
I'm going.
Go.
I find the most biokillers when they're sitting on benches.
Someone.
Yo, we don't want any.
No,
we
we're
don't-
friendlies, bro. We're friendlies.
Yeah, we're not trying to fight, man.
This area is friendly so far, so I think we're good.
That's good to hear. Good to hear.
Hey, y'all looking for anything in particular?
There's a couple in yellow clothes running in front of the town hall looking for bioscanners. They seem to not understand that door is locked, because they were jumping at the door.
Oh yeah, that's a glitch.
Oh.
But I think they patched it.
Hey, here you go. You can have this. I don't have much, but you can have that.
Oh. I appreciate it. I don't know if I have room for it, though.
Just a sign of goodwill, man.
I appreciate it. Can I make anything out of these?
There is someone to the right.
If they're wearing yellow, they're friendly people.
Okay.
Hey, I'm pretty sure
Wombus.
they patched that, guys.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can quick spot a scanner in the next couple
Hey, I'm
minutes.
pretty sure they patched that glitch.
What, the one where you go in through the door?
Have you guys been able to do it since they added the new level or whatever?
You talking to someone?
Yeah. We've been trying it, but ever since they added the new location, we haven't been able to make it work. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It was a really good glitch. Alright, well, have a good raid.
Ah, he's after me!
Appreciate the help.
Nice.
Have a good one. Yeah, I figured I'd run over and tell them so they didn't just
waste their time.
sit there exposing themselves.
Alright, well, people have already raided through here. I say we go somewhere that might not have been hit. Maybe hospital. Thoughts? Oh, what's up, man? Yeah. You're good. You're good.
Are you guys looking at extract?
Man, we're just looking to survive.
Run on.
I've got a hatch key. If you want to go to the hatch, I think we can all go if you want.
Oh man, that's really kind. What do you say, man?
Here, I'll give you a little something.
No, I'm good. We're good, man.
Do you want a ditch?
I don't know if it's any good, but there.
Yeah, we haven't been here that long yet, so I think we're gonna keep looting. But hey, we really appreciate the invite, though. That was really kind.
Hey, cool, man. I don't need the radios, man. You can keep them. Thank you, guys.
Y'all have a good brave, man. Damn. This is already 10 times better than fucking Tarkov will ever be. Because we're all trying to do the same fucking thing, dude. We're all just trying to fucking survive.
Isn't this high value right here?
No, but it's close to the high value.
This is high value right here.
Oh, very comfortable pillow.
That's worth good money.
Music box.
Yeah, it's worth alright money.
Humidifier. I need a knee massage. That's what I need. Hey, look, a hatch. What's up, Obi? People are exfilling over there.
Yeah, this is high tier loot, but I don't think we can get in.
Oh, man. Wait. Can you open this? No, I can't. There's a way in right here.
Really?
Looks like, maybe.
What?
Buried City Town Key. Town Hall Key.
That's what you need?
Yeah. Well, we gotta risk this, man. Let's go to research, see if we can't find anything. Were we already there?
Where?
Research.
I think we were already there, weren't we?
Did we go to hospital?
I don't think so.
Or do you want to go to the library?
We only have like 7 minutes or something, so let's...
Library's closer than hospital. Oh, stop, stop.
Bastion.
Move back, move back.
It's coming, Art. It's coming this way.
Move left, yep. Get inside here, get inside here. Hey, if there's anybody in here, we're friendly.
That was unfortunate.
What happened?
One of those cameras.
Okay, good. Unlooted. Okay. Coffee pot. Ice cream scooper. Pooper scooper.
Literally nothing in here.
Jesus Christ, Claude. Fucking scared the ever-living crap out of me, dude.
That was huge.
What the fuck was that? Let's get out of here.
Alright, where's our out?
Yep.
Right there.
Let's go. Oh boy. Yo, we're friendly, we're friendly.
We gotta move. That fucking bastion's right there.
Moving! Hey, be careful of that bastion. That bastion is kind of aggro. Let's move.
Entrance, I think, is right here.
Take the other stairs. Escalator, whatever. Ow. Okay, come on. Hey, y'all can extract with us if you want. Yeah, we down here? No, we right here.
I mean, the group that wanted bioscanners. I haven't seen them since. I went to the hospital and came back and no idea where they are. Part of me wants to wait and see if they come here later, but they seem pretty new.
Were they the ones with an accent or a different group?
Yeah, the ones with the accent. It was hard to understand them.
Yeah, I think they already left.
Alright.
I got security.
Well, it was nice hanging with you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Likewise.
Have a good one.
That's awesome, man. Something that will never happen in Tarkov.
We were zigzagging all over the place, dude.
We need to go somewhere else, brother.
Yeah. I actually got out of that without even filling all my loot spots.
Trailblazer. Okay.
Oh, great. I'll watch the first 10 minutes of the first episode. It'll give me a good mental picture for the story when I cover it on my channel. And I hit play on the first episode and literally stayed up all night, binge watching all 6 episodes. It's so good. The show is so good. I already knew it was going to happen, and I loved it. The acting is incredible. They have 3 actors from the Game of Thrones that are lead characters in the show, and that's a big deal. Game of Thrones is pretty epic too. The next morning, I opened my emails, and sitting in my inbox is a message from HBO Max saying, hey, we'd love it if you could help us promote our new show, The Murder at the White House Farms. And I thought that was so funny. I'm like, that's a sign. So I'd like to give a huge thanks to HBO Max for sponsoring today's video. The link to their brand new 6-part docudrama called The Murders at the White House Farms is in my description.
Ooh, that music box is $5 grand.
Click on it. It is a very addicting show. And if you're still on the fence about it, and you're like, I don't know if I want to watch this or not, well, the first story I'm covering today on my top 3 list is the murders at the White House. But before we get started, please invite the like button over to your house for a sleepover, and then while they're sleeping,
Hell
pause and square
yeah.
up. Okay.
I'm gonna upgrade my stash. It's gonna be
You got up to 90,000,
90,000, bro.
That's wild.
Hell yeah.
If you've been in a car accident recently, even one that seemed minor, you need to hear this before it's too late. Here's what happens to most people. They walk away from what seems like a minor accident thinking everything is okay. Maybe a little soreness, maybe some minor damage.
232.
Then reality hits. The medical bills start rolling in. Your car needs more repairs than you thought. You're missing work because of lingering pain or appointments. Suddenly, what seemed like a small bump in the road becomes a financial nightmare. But here's what nobody tells you in those first few days after an accident. You're actually owed a huge check even if the accident seemed minor, or you were just a
At 3:26 a.m. on August 7th, 1985, a very distraught man called the police, and he said, "I think my father is in mortal danger. He lives down the road from me. I was just on the phone with him, and it seems like something is totally wrong. Can you please go check on him?"
Get this,
The
now
police
my
tell him
toes
to
hurt.
calm down and explain really what's going on here, what happened on the phone. And so the man, whose name was Jeremy, said his dad called him, and he was talking about his daughter, so Jeremy's sister, and her name was Sheila. And he's like, "Sheila's gone crazy. She's gone berserk, and I think she has a gun." And Jeremy's telling police that he didn't know what his dad was talking about, and he's trying to get more information from his dad. He's like, "What do you mean she's got a gun?
I
What's
unlocked
going on
this
over there?"
outfit.
But at some point in this phone call with his father,
Let's
the phone
go,
line just
dude.
cuts out, and Jeremy's left with all these questions that have
Go
gone
check yours.
unanswered.
See if you did.
He tried calling back, but it didn't go through, and that's when he called the police. The police asked Jeremy if he had heard any shots fired in the background before the phone cut out. And
Where
Jeremy
would that
says,
be?
"No, but my sister is schizophrenic, she's got a bad temper, and she had been fighting with my
Where would that be,
parents,
sir?
Raider
in particular with my
customization.
dad." And right before the phone cut out, my dad sounded really scared, like something bad was about to happen or was happening. And so we need to get over there right now. And so the police say, "Okay, we're going to check it out right now." So they hang up with Jeremy, and the police head down the road towards White House Farms, where Jeremy's father lives. They
They
park a
apparently
little
have
ways
two.
away from the house itself, safely behind a wall and some trees, because they don't want to go too close in case Sheila really does have a gun and starts shooting at them. As the police are getting out of their vehicle, another car comes driving down the road from the same direction the police had come from. The police tell them to stop, and the person gets out, and it turns out it's Jeremy. He didn't live that far away, and he comes running over, and he's like, "You gotta go in there, you have to go in there right now." And the police are like, "We're not gonna do that, you stay with your car." Before the police
What
were
the
prepared
fuck?
to go
That
into
was
this house,
free?
they wanted to scope it out and get a sense of what was
Yeah,
going
that.
on, because they really didn't know anything about the house besides what Jeremy told them. So a small group of police officers goes behind this other building that's kind of adjacent to the White House Farms, but pretty close to the actual farmhouse. And they go around the backside and they peek around the corner and they start looking at the house. And it's still dark outside. And there's a couple of lights on inside the house, and there's no movement, there's no sound, and they're just staring at it. And then one of the officers notices movement, or what he thinks is movement, up in the second floor. And the group of them back up behind the building. They didn't want to be seen. They were worried if Sheila saw them, it would trigger her to harm the other people in the house or harm herself. So they back up away from this building, making sure
Mayhem
to stay
pack?
out of sight of that second floor
What is
window,
that?
and really out of sight of any of the windows
Recorder?
of this farmhouse. And they go back to the intersection where the
Noisemaker?
police cars are and where Jeremy
Remote
is,
flare?
and they decide they're going to take
Smoke
the
grenade.
diplomatic approach. And so they call in a negotiator
Oh, chem lights?
with a bullhorn, goes up behind that little building,
Yeah, chem lights.
and they start calling out to Sheila, trying to get her to peacefully put her weapon down and come outside. But there's no sound in the house, there's no more movement in the house as far as anyone can tell. And this turns into a multi-hour long standoff where no one comes out of the house, no one goes into the house, and then the sun comes up and the police are starting to get frustrated, and so they eventually call the negotiator back and they say, "Okay, we're going to need to make entry." A small group of police assaulters
50
begin making
Raider
their way up
tokens.
towards the farmhouse. They get up to the door, it's locked. They bring up the door, it's locked. The windows are locked, and so they bring up a sledgehammer, smash in
What's
the front
50
door,
Raider
and make
tokens?
entry into
You
this
get
hallway.
50
They
Raider
immediately
tokens
make
in
a
that
right.
same
They're getting
page.
ready to confront Sheila wherever she is, but they don't see her. They go all the way down this hallway and it
What
opens up
same
the kitchen.
page?
Where you got the skin?
Is a man who's clearly deceased who winds up being
Raider-
Jeremy's father. He had been shot to death.
Under what?
He's laying in the
Customization?
kitchen. So they find him.
Raider deck.
They scan the rest of the kitchen and they look all around the first floor and there's no one else down there. And this whole time they're not hearing any other noises in the house.
Oh, under
it's totally
decks.
silent.
Dicks?
Noom's going micro. Micro habits, micro wins, microdosed GLP-1s.
Help! Oh, hi. What's happening? I've been here for months and my weight won't budge.
They make their way upstairs, and as soon as they get to the
I
top
claimed
of
the whole
stairs,
first
they
page.
go right into the first room on the right, and laying on the bed is a deceased older woman who's also been shot to death, and that would wind up being Jeremy's mother. Laying on the ground next to the bed was a
Hell
woman
yeah, I'm
who
gonna
appeared to
claim that.
be in her late 20s, who would wind up being Jeremy's sister, so Sheila, the one who had gone berserk apparently, according to the father. She's laying on the ground, and she has a rifle that's over her chest, and the barrel is pointed up towards her head, and she has a gunshot wound that's going in underneath her chin, so she's deceased as well. The police leave that room, they go across the hall into another bedroom, and when they go inside, they find two more bodies that are both laying in their beds. They were 6-year-old twins. They were Sheila's sons. They had both been shot to death as well. After that, there was nobody else in the house, so all of the family has been wiped out. Very quickly, this case was labeled a clear-cut murder-suicide perpetrated by Sheila. She had a history of mental illness. She had apparently gone berserk that night, and she had a gun. Everything fit. And so the police were ready to just write this off as a murder-suicide, especially with the amount of media attention this case got. There was a lot of pressure to just solve this case and move on. And so murder-suicide became the answer, and they were not looking for any other answer. But there was one
I
detective
did not expect
that was
this much
not
free
willing
stuff.
to accept that this was clearly a murder-suicide, and he had a couple reasons for it. The first thing he noticed, because he was there when the bodies were discovered, was Sheila was carrying a rifle that had a 10-round magazine, and Sheila did not have any pockets on the clothes she had on when they found her. That's important because she fired 25 shots, so that required 2 reloads, except the ammunition to this gun was downstairs, and a lot of the shooting happened upstairs. So after her first volley of fire on the second floor, where presumably you have at least a
Damn,
couple
page
people that
6
are still
is
totally alive,
250
she had to
Raider
walk
tokens.
downstairs, reload the gun, come back upstairs, do her second volley of fire, go back downstairs,
Well, I'm changing
reload that
my
second
freaking
time, and then
outfit
she finishes her course of fire. And it made him wonder, why
Can I
didn't
ask you a
anybody
question?
try to
Serious
stop her
question.
while she was doing the reload?
What?
Because it required going all the
Would
way down,
you
getting the
go
rounds,
to the
jamming them into
hospital
the
or
magazine,
make an
putting them in the
appointment to
gun,
see
and
what's
then
going
back
on with your
upstairs?
legs?
That's a lot of time
If you were in
that
my
other
shoes.
people could have potentially
No.
tried to stop
No?
her, or at a minimum just tried to
No.
escape. But it was like everybody just laid in bed. It was like they didn't know what was happening, despite so many rounds being fired very close to them. Stan also found out Sheila did not have extensive weapons
You gotta
training.
remember, I'm not
And so
used to
she wouldn't
having
be
leg pain
natural
like
at
this.
reloading a weapon. And so
Well,
for her to go down and
in
reload
general
twice
like this.
and not chip any of her nails,
I
she
don't
had long
normally have
pointed
leg
nails,
pain, so this is
that
fucking
seemed like a bit
new.
of a stretch, because that requires pretty
We
coordinated
both chose the same
movements.
outfit.
And for her
That's
to
funny.
never have done that before, and just to be able to easily reload, that
Yes,
seemed
yes,
like
we
a
did,
stretch too.
sir.
Stan also figured out there
Looks
was
like a
a window that had a
spacesuit.
faulty latch on it, that if you pulled
Yep.
lightly on it, it would stay locked. But if you pulled hard and kind of jostled it around, it could open and it could shut, which means the house was not secure when they got there, even though they thought it was. And that was a big part of their whole, this is a murder-suicide, because Sheila locked all the doors and windows before she committed this crime. But if any of those doors or windows were open, it kind of leaves open the opportunity for someone else to
I think I'm
have gotten
gonna
in
go
there
to
and
bed,
gotten out
man.
before the police. But the biggest
I think it's a good call. It's a good one to end off on too.
something Stan found under the stairs
I'm sorry,
inside
man.
the house. And
No.
everything before
No,
that,
no,
all the
no, no,
evidence
no.
that Stan was presenting to the other officers saying, hey,
Just
you should
fucking
take a look
tired,
at this.
dude.
I don't know if this is a
I
murder-suicide.
understand,
I think there
buddy.
might be potential for somebody else to be responsible.
Sounds like you need to get some
Well,
rest.
no one was taking him seriously until he came to the table with what he found
probably.
underneath the stairs. Everybody had to stop what they were doing and say, okay,
Alright, man. Well, I
yeah, we need to
appreciate
look
the
closer at
games.
this. And so if
Of
you want
course,
to learn
buddy.
more about that,
We'll play
go
some more
ahead and
later,
click
right?
on the
Yes,
link
sir.
inside of the description. It will bring you
Alright.
to the landing
Have a
page
good
where
one,
you can
man.
watch
Get some
this
sleep.
series that I've been raving
Alright, man.
about. It's on HBO
All right,
Max.
later.
It's called The Murders at the White House Farm, and it does a great job of showcasing this huge find and then the follow-on plot twist. On the morning of November 13th, 1974, 6 members of the DeFeo family were asleep in their home in Amityville, New York. The 7th member of the family, Ron, was sitting on his bed in the basement. At around 1 a.m., he gets up off his bed, he grabs a rifle, and he starts walking up the stairs. He goes across the first floor, goes up the second floor stairs, and he gets to the
have a good
second floor
night, ma'am.
landing, and he walks right into his parents' bedroom, which was totally dark besides this little candle that had been lit next to his father's bedside, and he raises his rifle and he puts 2 rounds into his father's back. And then as soon as his father is still, he aims at his mother and he shoots her 2 times. And then he puts the gun down and he walks out and he goes across the hall into his brother's room. He raises his rifle and he fires 1 shot into his 12-year-old brother Mark, and then he aims at his 9-year-old brother John and he fires 1 shot into him as well. Then he leaves their bedroom and he walks down the hall to another bedroom where he finds his 13-year-old sister Allison. He raises his rifle and he fires 1 shot. He leaves her room, he goes up the 3rd set of stairs